heavier southbound on 75 as you work your way out of Campbell County into Anderson County, as traffic gets a little bit heavier down I-40 coming in from Sevier County. Definitely battling some showers out in that part of town, in Sevier County and Jefferson County as well. If your check engine light comes on, don't panic. Google search Knuckle Busters Amco Knoxville. Amco serving East Tennessee since 1962. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
I am untethered and my rage knows no bounds!
Ladies and gentlemen.
All I know is you never had the makings of a varsity athlete.
What is it with you and this obsession with this varsity crap?
People come to us because we don't sell them an they can't refuse because of the implication.
You wonder ever you're a bad man? World needs bad men. We keep the other bad men from the door. Some things are a matter of duty.
The world's greatest radio show in Tennessee.
That doesn't sound right, but I don't know enough to dispute.
I was about to take advice from a clown who dives headfirst into the shallow end of the pool.
Cody McClure is to my right, and I feel all right. Although he's hacking up a lung. How do you feel, my friend?
I feel good. Good morning, John.
Morning.
Good to be here. Good to be anywhere. When I woke up, I hadn't even thought about the NFL yet today. And as soon as you said that, it put me in a good mood because I realized it after you said it. I mean, I knew, obviously, that the Cowboys and Eagles are playing today.
Uh-huh.
I knew that yesterday.
Sure.
But I hadn't thought about it in several hours.
But now you know. Now you're thinking about it.
You starting the day with a reminder that the NFL is back tonight has put me now in a great mood.
That's right. That's what I'm here for, baby, to make you feel good.
Because I'm imagining myself in that recliner with a couple of same-game parlays with some gambling, maybe some nachos, right in front of my big TV, sitting there watching the Dallas Cowboys playing the Philadelphia Eagles. Sitting there checking my fantasy rosters in between my parlays, going from parlays to fantasy. I mean, I got Barkley in this game. I got Lamb in this game. I got maybe somebody else. I can't remember. Oh, yeah, I got A.J. Brown in this game. Like, what a game. What a game.
It's a make or break season for me, fantasy-wise.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm locked in. I got to prove the haters wrong.
You think this is either the beginning of something great or the end of something shameful?
I don't know if I'll quit, but it's the last time I'll consider. I've always wondered, am I good or not? Well, this year, I'm locked in. Okay. I'm locked in. I'm going to manage the hell out of my teams. And if I'm not successful, then I'm just going to chalk it up. I'm not good.
Well, don't overmanage them.
No, it's prove it year. We're going to be locked in. We're going to have the numbers. We're going to have the stats. I'm going to have a conversation with each one of them. Let them know I got their back, but also that I expect greatness. Let's go. I'm pumped up. Sam Beard, how are you over there?
I'm juiced up and ready to go for football today for sure. Feeling good. Feeling great, actually. Felt good this morning. I started watching this weird show last night, The Watcher.
Okay, I've heard good things about it.
Yeah, I was kind of tired during it, so I watched like one episode fully awake, and then the second one I was kind of drifting off. So probably have to go restart that second one. But honestly, a good start. It was a little creepy. It was definitely one that I think it has some good potential for the rest of the season. So we'll see where that goes. Now that we've got NFL back into the fold here, it's going to might be hard for me to go between college and NFL and fit a show in the middle. This is go time now. You got all your sports back.
It's nice to have a show though to break it up.
Mm-hmm.
Got the important one back for sure. Football. What is the Watcher about? Is that about a peeping Tom or what's the?
It's this family that like buys this house in this neighborhood that seems like very nice and very put together, and then they figure out that somebody's like watching the house and it's like kind of haunted and stuff like that.
Like a guy in a van with binoculars, or like a
that's yet to be figured out. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
There's just kind of like creepy letters now in the mailbox.
It's like a spirit. Could be a spirit.
I still don't know, Cody. I've only watched an episode.
Okay, but any vampires or
no?
Okay,
I'm gonna guess it's not a spirit.
Yeah, I think it's more
probably a man.
Yeah, I got a feeling it'll be a person.
Yeah,
a scary man. Okay.
What about you, Bubba? You good over there?
Yeah, the fight continues, John and Cody.
Give the guy a break, because first words he said. Give him a break. You do it all the time. You're
know.
over here hacking up a lung.
I know I do it all the time.
Bubba, you good over here?
Morning.
I'm gonna go to a dark place now.
See?
Oh, Bubba.
See what you did to him?
Bubba. I'm just messing around.
You're a real jerk.
I do it all the time, Bubba.
I mean, the only thing to report is that, as a blue-collar man, the work is never done. And football comes back today again. As Division III football starts, John, going all the way from September 4th to November 15th.
Okay. I mean, I don't really care about that, but if it brings you happiness, then I'm happy.
Division III ball?
Yes, sir.
They get you fired up? They get you excited?
I love supporting my local Maryville College.
You know, in Division III ball, there's no NIL. Those boys are just out there for the love of the game.
You'd be surprised how it trickles down on all levels now.
Okay. I stand corrected. You think it really, like, how much?
Oh, I wouldn't say not the amount, but just the idea.
I mean, like a...
Because even on, like, the NAIA level, where they don't get proper scholarships for athletics,
yeah,
they still got to make their boys, a little bit of money somehow.
Well, I mean, they're taking care of them probably. They're probably getting free lunches and stuff and a little room and board, something like that, scholarships. But they're not getting, like, these boys ain't getting cars or nothing.
No, but they're doing it for somebody else,
Yeah. Maybe Red
Lobster. It's a different NIL. As Davos Swinney would say, it's about his name, image, and likeness.
My school back home is D3 now. They went up from NAIA to Division III. It's a big deal back home.
Their season starts maybe today.
Yeah.
What do you mean your school?
The college in my hometown.
The one you went to?
There's a college there. No, I didn't go to that college.
Okay.
You stopped at varsity athlete.
No, I went to the community college.
Yeah, okay.
There's an actual college there that's
gotcha.
They've gone up from NAIA to D3.
I didn't think you went to the one in your hometown, but I was confused when you said my college. I didn't know if you meant the JUCO one.
No,
quite the climb for them.
Quite the quandary. Yeah. Well, how was your evening? Did you have a good time?
Was in first place in trivia until the final question. Missed the final question. Had enough of a lead to still be in third place. Could have been better. Could have been worse. A bronze medal is better than no medal, I guess. And then, I was in bed by 10:15. I was sleepy yesterday, so I got me a good 8 hours. I'm good to go today.
What was the final question?
Gaming consoles and gaming brands, and you had to match them together.
That's so easy.
Nintendo Switch.
Is it easy?
I would think so.
Okay, then you better get this right. You better get this right then, okay? I want you to match up Atari. So the company is Atari.
It's got the old dashes like that, you know?
Well, you're not matching up the
logo?
You're not matching up the logo.
No.
Let me finish the question. Atari, Nintendo, is it Plymouth? Plymouth, I believe. Does that sound right?
Nope. That sounds like a car.
That's an Oldsmobile, isn't it?
What was it called? It started with a P.
Whatever happened to Oldsmobiles?
They got old.
Yeah, all those old women finally died.
You know what? I'll have to get the question from somebody else because I've already forgotten it. I've already forgotten something. There was Plymouth. What the hell was a Plymouth thing?
When I think Plymouth, I think of
rocks.
Yeah, I think of the founding of the United States of America. That's what I think of.
People still go and visit that rock.
Yeah, it's kind of silly.
Whoa, I plan on visiting that rock one day.
Oh, look at this, a rock.
Yeah, you just think about, wow, look, these guys were here, and then they all fought a weird battle over it. And now here I am, many years later.
When I was in Philadelphia, I almost went to see the Liberty Bell, and then I was like, I don't want to get out of the car. I drove right by where the Liberty Bell was at. I said, I don't want to get out of the car.
But I bet you stopped at Pattergino's.
Yeah, Bubba.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you?
I did. I had Geno's.
Have you had Pat's before?
Actually, I don't remember which one I had. I had one of them.
Here they go with the damn food again.
If we could have gotten Cody in his punishment a little bit earlier, that would have been a good one. Like take a bus up to Plymouth Rock and visit, and then just come.
Just
right
look
back.
at the rock and come back.
Yeah,
yeah, that would have been fun.
Bus up there.
Well, luckily, Sam, my punishment was decided yesterday. We finally made it. We got around to it. We agreed, shook hands. And it's all over now, and we don't have to ever talk about it again. I'm setting up the Georgia tailgate. Makes him happy. Satisfies my obligation.
Well, we'll talk about it again if it doesn't get done.
I was going to say, what happens if it doesn't?
It'll
go through.
It'll get done. You know me. If I say I'm going to do something, I do it.
So we went 0 for 2 on punishments. We got to both of them got to just the cop-out portion where it's like, I'll just do something else.
Well,
it is what it is. I'm over talking about it.
I mean, me too. If you hadn't put such a tight timeline on me,
that's
maybe
true.
We could do something more creative.
It's not like it's been since March. You're right.
Yeah,
my fault.
But
6 months, just not enough time.
One guy gets a year, one guy gets 6 months. I mean,
9 months for Tim, 6 months for you. I agree. I think both of them were stupid, but neither one of you can say you didn't have enough time.
Well, I didn't have as much time as the other guy.
Daddy, he did it too. Daddy, he did it too. I can't get in trouble. You're gonna let him do it, but not me. He did it too. What about him? The other guy got 8 months. Dad, come on, it's not fair. The NFL is here. We got to do our NFL win totals. We got to do our draft. We got to draft our teams. We didn't do that yesterday. Cowboys, Eagles tonight. We got college football tonight. When I looked at the schedule, I didn't see anything until tomorrow.
We've got Division III, baby.
Okay, no one cares about Division III except the family and the parents of the Division III players.
There's no major.
I don't think so.
FBS games.
They don't play until tomorrow, right? Like
A
Louisville.
lot of the parents probably don't care either.
James Madison.
That's a very true statement.
Yeah, my boy's going D3. Yeah.
Wish he'd just get a damn job.
He's on his own now.
Help out around the damn house.
I supported him all through high school. Now he wants to keep playing ball. Hell, he ain't no good. If he's any good, he wouldn't be playing D3 ball. I tried to get him to come down there at the tire shop with me, get his career started. He ain't got the gumption. Just wants to keep playing ball, hanging out, and drinking with his buddies.
Our starting quarterback made it.
Amen to that, brother.
Hell, I don't even know if he's my boy. He ain't got near the work ethic I do. That boy's got a lot of quit in him. Got a lot of his mama in him. That's what he's got. Thinks the world's just going to hand it to him. I try to tell him, son, the world don't owe you nothing. Don't owe you a damn thing. Ain't got no woman. Can't get no girlfriend. All he wants to do is play that damn video game, that Atari console all day. And something called Plymouth.
Pioneer. Pioneer was what I was looking for.
Pioneer.
Yeah. Pioneer is what I was looking for. I did get to the bottom of that, though. Sam sent us to break as Cody goes and calls his dad and says he's sorry.
Big Orange Country's home for sports. This is FanRun Radio.
Ready to launch your career? Axle Logistics is a leading third-party logistics company where excellence is an energy. With an award-winning culture, Axle proves that positive outcomes come from a positive environment and a work hard, play hard mentality. At Axle, the drive for success is infectious. And with an uncapped commission structure, hard work isn't just noticed, it's rewarded. For those with big goals and even bigger dreams, Axle Logistics is the place to start your career.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold way filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. Come on, grab a pack. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavor. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Yeehaw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues. Every bet type you can imagine. Live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today.
Don't be a better, be a better with VIP Play today.
Download VIP Play today or head to VIPPlayApp.com. Make sure you use the promo code FANRUN to take advantage of their welcome bonus and so they know that we sent you. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-8899-789. Must be 21 or older and located in Tennessee to bet.
Dental health is so important. It's one of those things that if you don't stay on top of it, it can really come back to haunt you, both financially and, of course, in terms of your physical health. If it's been a while since you've been to the dentist or you've got a dental issue that needs attention, do what I do. Go to Malone and Costa Dentistry at Knoxville Smiles. You can schedule your appointment online right now at knoxvillesmiles.com or just give them a call at 865-539-1776 and tell them FanRun Radio sent you.
For over 3 years, Crumble Cookies has served the Knoxville area. From Clinton Highway to Parkside Drive, even our friends out in Maryville have reached you, our fans, with the best cookies in the game. This fall, Crumble is gearing up for yet another fantastic season. Whether you're tailgating or looking for a pick-me-up after getting the kids from school, Crumble has you covered. Download the Crumble app to check out this week's rewards and features. And stop on by. Tell them FanRun sent you, but don't miss the cookies.
Good morning. Still trying to clear a couple of wrecks we had out here earlier. Certain areas still seeing some lingering showers, especially south of Knoxville and Sevier County. As traffic on the increase down 75 southbound, coming over Jellicoe Mountain, coming down through Campbell County. Watch a little bit of radar on 75 in parts of Campbell County and Anderson County. Don't miss the Atlanta Braves Alumni Golf Tournament this year, September 15th at Aguani Farms in Blount County. All proceeds helping the foster kids of East Tennessee. Check out fosteringhope.tn.com. I'm Commander Chuck, you're on time traffic.
They say JID and GOD mode, 223 reload.
The NFL is back tonight. Cowboys and Eagles. What's the thing you're most excited about this NFL season?
Well, I was excited about coming back to Lukenbach, Texas, but sounds like Sam wanted to hear a different song. The thing that I'm most excited about this NFL season is gambling and playing fantasy football. And other than that, it would be seeing which one of the quarterbacks comes out of the AFC, because I do think it's a critical time for the Chiefs, being as old as they are. I think it's a good opportunity for one of the other quarterbacks to emerge and finally get to a Super Bowl this year. You know, Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen. We won't get into my love for Joe Burrow, but there's some other good quarterbacks out there, and you got to think at some point one of these guys are due, right? Even in all the years of Brady dominating the sport, I mean, Peyton still made Super Bowls. Peyton got his. Big Ben got his. Like, somebody else at some point is going to make a Super Bowl. It's not going to be the Chiefs every damn year. I hope this is the year, and I think it could be, and I'm just interested to see which one of those guys makes it. So that would be one of my top storylines right now. But there's all kinds of things that are intriguing about the NFL, though. You know, like what happens with the 49ers, what happens with the Cowboys. There's a lot of very intriguing storylines. But I'd say that'd be my number one currently.
Sam, what's the thing you're most excited about this football season? On the NFL side, of course.
I would say the second-year quarterbacks this year. I think a lot of those guys were really interesting last year with how well some of them popped. Jaden Daniels obviously being that first one. Bo Nix and the Broncos. That kind of feels like a sexy pick around NFL talking heads that are kind of saying, oh, you know, let's fade the Chiefs this year and let's buy into the Broncos. And Bo Nix kind of having that second-year jump. I'm interested in, you know, Caleb Williams over there in Chicago now with Ben Johnson, J.J. McCarthy coming off an injury in Minnesota. I think there's a lot of interesting storylines surrounding some young quarterbacks this year.
Do you believe in the sophomore slump?
I don't know. I don't think so. But we saw it with, you know, or I guess we've seen it with C.J. Stroud recently. I know that's maybe a little bit more due in part to like their team not really going out and getting pieces around him on the offensive line to protect him. They've got some good weapons on the outside, but they're just letting him get battered and bruised all day long.
Bubba, they're 0 for 2 so far on answers. They're kind of just giving me storylines again. What are you most excited about?
Honestly, not really anything.
Okay, 0 for 3.
All right, I gave you my true answer.
My answer is ending racism. Thank you, Roger Goodell. Thank you, End Zones, for stopping hate.
You picked that one, but not about spreading love.
I think the first one is more important.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Let's see where you stand.
Yeah, spreading love, that'll be fine. We'll get to that later. Yeah, I'm excited.
Do you think it'll finally end this year?
I'm excited to end racism this year with the NFL. I'm pumped about that.
I feel like we're pretty close, right, to ending it.
I don't like the Eagles being able to just get to celebrate their Super Bowl tonight. It's kind of bummed me out. I liked them better last year when they were angsty, and we thought that Jalen Hurts and Nick Sirianni might get in a fight. So we thought some fans might throw some batteries at Nick Sirianni when they hated him. But now everybody's all happy-go-lucky in Philadelphia. I think that's bad for the NFL.
Well, maybe it'll affect them on the field this year. You know, maybe they'll be too fat and happy, and you'll see a new Super Bowl champion emerge.
The Cowboys getting this opening game is kind of annoying, but at the same time, I do fall victim to the idea that they're so important, that they matter. Like, as a team, they're not good enough to be in this game, right? Like, typically, this isn't always like a heavyweight fight per se, but like typically, I feel like the opening game, I feel like they do put two contenders there. You get the Super Bowl champion, then you get their, usually their biggest competition. Like last year, it was what? Chiefs-Ravens? Ravens,
yes.
A team that was trying to knock them off, that could legitimately knock them off.
You don't think the Cowboys have a shot at winning tonight?
Oh, I'm not going to say they don't have a shot of winning, but I don't really think they have a shot of knocking them off the perch in the NFC.
You think the Cowboys are the worst team in the NFC East?
No, when did I say that?
I'm just asking.
Oh, no, I don't.
Do you think the Cowboys are the worst team in the NFC East?
I mean, I think there's a chance they are. I don't know if I can go ahead and pick them to finish fourth right now, but I think the vibes are the fourth highest. Like, I think if you just look at the fan bases and how they feel about the team, I'd say the Cowboys are in fourth place there. Eagles, of course, riding high. Commanders riding high with Jaden Daniels. And I think Giants fans feel even frisky this year now that they feel like they've got a real quarterback, either Russell Wilson or Jackson Dart. And then, of course, they got one of the best defensive lines in the league. And I think a lot of people look and say, hey, we won Super Bowls with that strategy. Michael Strahan, Justin Tuck, like we were able to go win a Super Bowls. OCU Manora, just give us that defensive line and we'll be good. That's our history. So I'd say the Giants probably feel better than the Cowboys do right now, where it's just like, oh, where's Micah? Oh, I wish Jerry would just retire or die. I just wish he would die. But I don't want to feel that way about somebody else. I don't want to wish death on somebody. Why won't you just die already? I'm going to put the Rams here. I would like to see the Rams and Eagles
Matthew
more.
Stafford's dead, too.
Well, he's not for week one. You pop him out there for week one. He's probably got the best chance of playing, I feel like.
Just give him a couple of those needles into the back. He'll be all right.
This year on the Eagles schedule, they got the Rams, they got the Bucks, they got the Vikings, they got the Packers, they got the Lions.
Would you rather see any of those games than
them
against the Cowboys?
They got Washington. That's 6 opponents. I'd rather see all 6 of them.
Even the Vikings?
Even the Vikings. Now, you don't understand them not putting the Vikings on primetime. I'm not really saying they should put the Vikings on primetime. I understand that, although they are getting the week 1 rub with the Bears. I think that's a matchup that makes more sense for the bright lights, so don't get me wrong. But would I rather watch that game? Yes, I would much rather watch that game because I think all the teams I mentioned are playoff teams and teams that have championship aspirations. The Cowboys, America's team, I get it. I understand. But just from a football standpoint, I feel like week 1, we should just get the best matchup.
Do you feel confident in the Vikings being a playoff team this year?
I do, personally. Now, confident, I mean, like, what would you say? What's your benchmark for confidence?
I don't know. I mean, I was just looking over some power rankings yesterday, and a lot of people are really high on the Vikings.
Well, they got a really good roster, man. They got a really good roster. And to me, that's one of the things I am.
The quarterback.
What's wrong with the quarterback?
I'm not saying anything's wrong with the quarterback, but it's just kind of a big question mark. Is it not?
You don't exactly know what's right.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's fair. But, I mean, I feel like in most situations, would we not look at like a top 5 pick? Wasn't he a top 5 pick? Didn't they take him at like number 4? Am I remembering that correctly? Like,
I think he was more like 9 or something.
Okay,
like
well,
that.
top 10 pick. Yeah. Let's just be safe. Let's say top 10 pick. Where would you not be excited in most instances about him taking over a team in year 10? 10th overall. So, yeah, it's a top 10 pick. Would we not be excited about him being handed the reins in most situations? Wasn't Patrick Mahomes a top 10 pick? Wasn't he number 10? When the Chiefs turned to him in year 2, I mean, people are pretty excited about that without really a proof of concept.
I'm not believing in the Vikings. I just feel like J.J. McCarthy also, with what you saw from him at Michigan, like he wasn't exactly a guy that was pushing the ball downfield. And that's, I mean, you see Kevin O'Connell, in what they do offensively. Like, you feel like that's kind of a big element of that offense. And so I think that's just not a concern for me, but I think it's just one that it's something to monitor with that offense. Is it going to be able to kind of be what it was with Sam Darnold and stuff like that?
Sure. But I think, Sam, I feel like Kevin O'Connell deserves to be in that top 4 conversation.
I agree.
Like, I think when Patrick Mahomes took over for Andy Reid, everyone's like, man, just give this quarterback to Andy Reid. It'll be great. He'll figure it out. Look at this raw talent. I think, look, if you were going to be coached by 2 quarterbacks, I think Jim Harbaugh is one of them I'd want to be coached by. And then I think Kevin O'Connell is another one of those that, like, again, in the top 5 when I look at those guys. So, like, he's had 2 great quarterback mentors.
I'd be feeling a lot different about it if it wasn't Kevin O'Connell as his coach.
Exactly. And I would too. I would be feeling about it differently for 2 things. If it wasn't Kevin O'Connell and if he wasn't replacing Sam Darnold. Like, can he not replicate what Sam Darnold did last year?
I don't know. I mean, Sam Darnold was pretty damn good last year. Like, for me, that's a tough comparison. You know, handing Andy Reid Patrick Mahomes it doesn't feel the same as handing Kevin O'Connell J.J. McCarthy.
Sure, one of them won a national championship in college, and the other like barely went 500.
Yeah, I mean that's fine, but it's just I don't know if that's going to be if that's going to pay the same dividends.
Sure. I'm not saying that he's going to win 3 Super Bowls. Please be careful. Please.
Yeah,
make
but
sure
I mean, Andy Reid
was
quite a proven coach at the time.
Was he?
He was on.
Was he?
His character arc. He was in a valley in his career.
Andy Reid was a punchline before he got Patrick Mahomes.
He was in a difficult spot in his career, but he
wasn't. I don't think handing to him was necessarily like a proven this is a good thing. Like Kevin O'Connell's standing, in my opinion, is higher right now than Andy Reid was in 2000. What was it? 2018.
To me that doesn't sound. It just doesn't sound the same to me as Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes. That just feels like a different level.
Well,
than Kevin O'Connell, J.J. McCarthy,
I think when you're given the benefit of knowing what Patrick Mahomes turned into, yes, sure. But I think if you looked at Patrick Mahomes before he'd ever played, I don't think you would feel much stronger about him. I don't think you would be sitting there thinking Patrick Mahomes is going to be a big success.
It's just at this point in time, I mean, the Vikings, I would say, have the least proven quarterback in that division.
No.
At this point in time.
Well, okay, sure.
I mean, I'm not a Caleb Williams guy, but I'm just saying he's got a year under his belt of, progression.
I mean, I think it's fair to say that whenever you're talking about a guy who hasn't played. But, like, let's not act like Caleb Williams is proven.
I'm not saying he's proven, but I think he's a little more proven than J.J. McCarthy.
Well, J.J. McCarthy hasn't played in the NFL. So, I mean, like, that's fair to say that.
Yeah, I think it's a tough division, too. I mean, you got the Bears with the revamped offense, Lions, Packers. I mean,
that Vikings defense is sick, though.
Yeah.
And they revamped the offensive line as well, and that was a big problem for them last season.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch them. So, like, when you ask if I'm confident, I do pick them to win a playoff spot, and I think right now I think they win the division. Like, that's kind of where I'm leaning. Well, at least I like their odds to win the division. It's hard for me to separate the two of, like, hey, I'm just picking something outright, or, hey, I think they're undervalued. I like their odds to do it. I think McCarthy is going to be every bit as good as Sam Darnold.
Well, somebody's got to lose.
Well, I think the Bears. The Bears are losing.
I mean, but do you think the Packers and Lions make the playoffs?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's 3 NFC North teams. I mean, at some point you don't have enough spots. You know what I mean?
You get 3 wild card spots.
Right, but I mean,
so there's 2 of them.
I mean, it could be, but there's 3 other divisions.
Did that not happen in the AFC last year? Did the AFC West not get 3 playoff teams last year? Did the NFC North not get 3 playoff teams last year?
Yeah, it's the numbers would suggest that it's not likely that all 3 of those NFC North teams make it. I think it's going to be a tough division where they kind of cannibalize each other. I think every team's pretty good.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that, but
I
thought it was pretty good last year, and 3 of them made it last year.
I just think the Vikings, I mean, for me, are just a little bit overrated right now. That's all I'm saying.
You are probably not alone in that take. I think J.J. McCarthy is an easy guy to doubt. Like Sam said, I trust the quarterback coach there with Kevin O'Connell. I think what he did with Sam Darnold, he'll be able to do with McCarthy. We'll see. That's one of the storylines I'm most excited to see play out, though. Buck writes it on the chat. Shout out to the freaks over on YouTube. How about we play football and quit with the narratives? Well, I'm not in control of the damn schedule, Buck. I can't make them play at 8 o'clock in the morning.
How awesome would that be?
There ain't no football going on right now, Buck, at 8 o'clock in the morning. So, like, the narratives are all we got, brother. I ain't got no film breakdown of NFL games ahead of me because they ain't played nothing, Buck. We got to talk narratives. We ain't got no other choice. I mean, we ain't got no other choice. We got to talk about the narratives. We'll have something to talk about tomorrow that actually happened on the field, which is Cowboys-Eagles. Saquon Barkley, 130 yards, and A.J. Brown, 95 yards and 2 touchdowns. We got that to talk about.
I'd be happy with those 2 stat lines.
Jalen Hurts and that damn tush push. The Cowboys' damn defense falling apart without Micah Parsons. Like, we'll have something to talk about. But for now, Buck, all we got's the damn narratives.
Cowboys getting boat raced.
Cody, what teams in the NFC outside of the North would be threatening to, like, having the 2 wild card spots?
Well, let's
find
talk
out.
About that.
Find out after the break who Cody McClure thinks will be the other NFC playoff teams as we start. Although, should we do our draft first? Because Cody starts talking about these playoff teams, we might snake him. He'll start crying. Collusion. Would you rather draft first before you give your takes, or?
Yeah, let's draft.
All right, we'll draft. NFL win total draft for the boys coming up next. Stick with us. It's Talk Sports on FanRun Radio.
Can't get enough FanRun Radio? Download the free FanRun app and take the best Tennessee sports conversations with you wherever you go.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Hi, I'm Bo Cregner with the Cregner Group at Realty Executives. You know, the real estate market, like all other markets impacted by the economy, is changing all the time. And it's never been more important to be personally represented by a trusted real estate specialist. I can't emphasize enough how important it is when selling or buying to be individually represented. Call me today for a free consultation. My number is 865-742-1035, and my website is bonowshouses.com.
White Claw is taking hard seltzer to new heights with White Claw Surge. At 8% alcohol, White Claw Surge is a stronger wave of refreshment that doesn't compromise on taste. Available in 4 bold waves of flavor like ripe blackberry, citrusy blood orange, zesty natural lime, and tart cranberry. Check out your favorite retailer in-store and online for the White Claw Surge Variety 12-pack and 16-ounce single-serve cans. White Claw Surge. Please drink responsibly.
Hello, is Tina there?
Who's this?
Yeah, this is Vince from the hit reality show Wives Don't Tell. Tina applied for our show to confess that her husband won't go to the doctor to get his erectile dysfunction checked. She said she's ready for a guy that can bring the heat.
All right, what the is going on? You know you're talking to her husband right now? Tina!
Well, she wrote the application that her man's performance is questionable. She's basically married to a coffee table. She also said, we live within driving distance to Men's Pro Knoxville, but he's too scared to get a blood test.
Oh my, she is done. She is so done.
Gotcha, Mike. It's nephew Tommy. Ain't no reality show. It's a prank. Men's Pro Knoxville is the real deal, fellas. Local experts, test results in minutes. Call 865-544-8220 or hit men'spro-knoxville.com before your lady books a new co-star. Men's Pro Knoxville, making it happen.
Got a flat tire? Strange noise under the hood? Don't stress. Roll into Matlock Tire and Auto Service. From oil changes and brake repairs to brand new tires, Matlock's certified techs do it all. Fast, friendly, and fair priced, Matlock is the home of the price match guarantee. Bring in any competitor's ad and Matlock will match the exact same tire for the exact same price. Matlock Tire and Auto Service. 5 locations in East Tennessee. Visit MatlockTireService.com to find the location nearest you and schedule your appointment.
Soon as we could see clearly through our big black eye.
team like Toby Keith.
R.I.P.
All right, how are we deciding who gets the draft order? How are we deciding draft order?
You going to do a rock, paper, scissors tournament?
No.
Those two go first.
No.
We go, and then the losers go.
Any of you guys got a debit card on you?
I can do a quick wheel.
Or your license.
I ain't giving you my damn banking information for this segment.
I was just going to say who's got the highest 4 digits at the ends.
Who's got the most in their bank account?
And go in the order there.
From most to least.
I got a wheel set up right now.
All right, go ahead and hit the wheel.
What is this going to be, 4th pick?
This will be the 4th pick, yeah. Will, watch him, Bubba. Make sure you don't cheat. 4th pick.
What is this?
Will, Sam's just randomly spinning a wheel.
Oh, no.
Bubba, your 4th pick. 3rd pick.
Last pick, just like the fantasy draft.
I should have removed the slices. Cody.
Oh, what the hell?
Just like fantasy. Me and Sam coming down to the top 2.
Sounds like collusion.
John, you have the 1st pick.
Let's go. Turn up. We'll do a snake draft, though, Bubba. Don't fret. Don't fret, Bubba. Give me the... We're just going straight wins. We're trying to get the highest win totals cumulative. We're each drafting 6 teams, just so you know. 6 teams, just so you know. Give me the... Give me the... I will. Give me the... Buffalo Bills.
That's who I wanted.
Well, sorry. Sam?
I will take the defending Super Bowl champs. I'll take the Philadelphia Eagles.
Cody?
Okay. All right, let's see. You guys took the 2 good teams. Who do I want to take? I believe.
Take your time. It's
I
like
will
you've had
take
5 minutes to prepare for this as me and Sam are making our picks. Take your time.
I will take the Baltimore Ravens.
Boo. I'll take the Kansas City Chiefs.
You get 2, Bubba.
Which means I'll also take
Take your time.
I am.
The Jags.
No rush.
The Green Bay Packers.
The Chiefs and the Packers. Good picks, Bubba. Good picks, Bubba.
All right, give me the Rams.
Okay, Cody's taking a team with a quarterback with a broken back. That's a good decision.
He'll be fine.
Sam, you're up.
I will go take the Denver Broncos.
You'll take the Broncos. Okay. I'll take the Lions and the give me the Lions and the Vikings. I'll take both the Lions and the Vikings. Oh, man, I'm dominating this. Bills, Lions, Vikings. Oof.
Well, you're the only one with 3 teams.
Oof. Sam, you're up.
I will take the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Great pick. Great pick. Okay. I will take the Titans. No. Okay. I am going to take the 49ers.
Cody just loves broken down players. Matt Stafford and the entire 49ers roster. Although, shout out to Juwan Jennings.
They
didn't really give him a contract extension. They didn't really give him a contract raise, but they said, hey, we'll add $3 million in incentives. So it's kind of a win for his agent and for him. He can get $3 million more. And if you're the 49ers, you're probably like, hey, if he balls out, we don't mind giving him $3 million more. They say he turned down a multi-year deal, a multi-year extension just to do this 1 year and then hit free agency. He says he is betting on himself. He will be an unrestricted free agent after the season, which for Jennings means, if you play well, you can get out of there. I don't think they'd franchise tag him. He's not good enough to get the franchise tag, I don't think. But he can get out and go somewhere else. I'm not seeing what the exact incentives are, though. I'll see if I can find that throughout the show. All right, Sam, you're on the clock. Nope, you're not. Bubba's on the clock. Apologies. You got 2 picks, Bubba.
We'll do Chargers and Commanders.
Oh, 2 great picks there, Bubba. 2 great picks. Bubba loves his C's. The Chiefs, the Chargers, the Commanders, and the Cheeseheads. C.
Give me the Cincinnati Bengals.
Samuel.
I'm going to take. Let's go with the. I don't like this one.
Take your time. We got nothing but time.
I'm going to take the Atlanta Falcons.
Okay. I think I'm going to lock me in another division winner here. Give me the Houston Texans. I'll take them and what people are calling their top 5 defense. Let's see.
I took a division winner as well.
Let's see here. Well, if you did, you took them after the Bucks. Yeah, you got the Bucks and the Falcons. Which one win the division?
Saints.
Falcons. Penix season, baby.
Well, why the hell did you take the Bucks over them then?
Because they're also going to be a good team. I'm going to be stacking a lot of 9-win teams.
Okay. Let's see here. Who do I want to be my 5th team? Great pick by on the Commanders. Great pick. All right, nobody in the NFC North. You know what? Give me the Arizona Cardinals. I'll take the Arizona Cardinals. I am a sucker for Kyler Murray. He gets me every year. And by the middle of the year, I always hate him. But the first couple of weeks, I love him. He looks great. Do we think he's able to get the ball to Marvin Harrison Jr. this year? God,
Yes,
I hope
I
so.
think so. See if Trey McBride can get in the end zone.
I got him on a couple of my fantasy teams. I need Marvin Harrison Jr. to actually get the damn ball. People are talking about they got a lot of blue chip talent. I know that's usually a phrase for college, but just some really good players on that roster. People are high on Arizona, so I'll take the Cardinals. And then, like I said, I'll hate Kyler Murray by about week 6, week 7. Sam, you're back on the clock.
Let's go. Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh, sneaky good pick there, Sam. You know, if Aaron Rodgers is able to at least play half the season, he'll be the only 40-year-old quarterback not named Tom Brady to ever be able to do that. All the other 40-year-old quarterbacks get their ass beat and knocked out of the games. So that's kind of where Aaron Rodgers, that's his expectation this year is, can I just make it through the season? Can I make it halfway through the season? Because nobody else has really been able to except Thomas Brady.
If it's only win totals, too, I mean, they're a pretty safe floor.
We'll see. We'll see.
Give me the Bears.
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 Okay. Bubba, you get 2.
We'll go with Seahawks.
See? The Seahawks, see?
And the Dolphins.
Should have taken the Colts.
The Colts were right there for you, Bubba. You could have kept the C.
Could have gone all C's.
You want me to handicap myself?
I just thought you believed in your boys. My fault.
I will go ahead with my last pick here and take the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Oh, boy. This Cody's roster suck. Another last place coming. Another punishment headed your way.
Talk all the noise you want there, Poindexter.
What a dreadful draft you've had. Ugh.
Yours is pretty gross,
No,
too.
mine's delicious.
Other than the Bills.
Mine's delicious. Samuel? He wants the Titans.
I'll take my Tennessee Titans.
All right. Give me, for my last pick, Mr. Irrelevance. Give me I'll take the Raiders. Give me Geno Smith and the boys. Let's go, Brock Bowers. I believe in you.
What about Dante Thornton?
I believe in you too, Dante Thornton and Ashton Genty and Geno Smith and Pete Carroll. Love Max Crosby. Let's go, boys. I believe. I thought they were pretty close last year had they just had some quarterback play. They were kind of like the Titans in that regard. Now, obviously, they didn't have as many meme-worthy plays as the Titans had, but I do think getting Geno Smith in there, getting Pete Carroll in there, I do buy the Raiders' resurgence a little bit. Now, they're still probably going to be picked to finish fourth in that division with the Chargers and the Broncos and the Chiefs. But I back the silver and black. There we go. I back the silver and black. There we go. Got it. Who got left off the board? Who didn't get drafted?
Patriots,
Who's still left?
the Jets, the Browns.
Patriots maybe should have gotten drafted.
Panthers, Cowboys,
Giants.
Cowboys couldn't be drafted because four of us had 6 teams. That's 24. There's only 32 teams. So the Cowboys by our draft is a bottom 8 team. Ooh, I mean they might be
the Colts, the Saints,
the Jets,
Panthers.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw the Raiders back. Give me the Cowboys instead.
Whoa, is that allowed?
You can't do that.
I haven't officially no one's made a pick after me, so I mean I'm still on the clock.
You can't do that. If you do that, I'm taking the Raiders.
Well, no, somebody picked after you.
You can't do that.
No one's picked after me yet.
I mean, is that just
can we all have
the team who has the last pick in the NFL draft just choose whoever they want after
Yeah, you think they say actually we don't want this guy. Get back, to your booth. We're gonna take this guy
ever play
instead.
checkers? Whenever somebody moves or you take your hand off of it, then somebody else goes. But no one's moved after me.
He acts like he hasn't taken his hand off of it. That's crazy.
Give me the Raiders.
What if we all take a bench team to replace, if our bench team has more points than our last place team?
Nope,
we can sub
you
it
just
in.
Enjoy your Jaguars and Bears.
It's like a curve.
Nope,
kinda.
You just take your Bears and Jaguars over there, buddy.
I don't know why you're talking with the team you just drafted. Beat up ass Lions, they're going to fall apart. Vikings got JJ McCarthy.
The beat up ass Lions.
The Texans. CJ Stroud ain't got it no more.
How the hell?
Raiders with a new coach.
If the Texans ain't got it, well, who the hell's winning the division? And don't say the Jaguars.
The Jaguars.
Maybe the Titans. The Lions aren't beat up. The Lions should be healthier than ever. Hell, they were beat up.
Raiders.
They were beat up last year, which is the reason they lost in the NFC or the second round, the divisional round. Hell, their defense was a damn mash unit.
Lions are about to fall apart, bud. They're about to fall apart. I mean, congrats on getting the Bills, though. That's a good pick.
I don't think the Lions are going to fall apart at all. I think you guys let me get them at 8th is ludicrous.
This is right where Dan Campbell wants his team.
Yeah, nobody believes in us.
Mm-hmm. Back into the mud.
That's fine.
Less Tim Patrick and more J-Mo. Get the ball out to Jamison Williams. Let's see what he can do. Less David Montgomery, more Jahmyr Gibbs. Hopefully the new offensive coordinator knows that. Hey, quit giving the ball to David Montgomery. Give it to Gibbs.
Dan Campbell's star is fading.
Based on what?
He didn't achieve what he needed to achieve. Everybody thought they were going to make the Super Bowl in 2 years, and they didn't make it. And now the window's closed. Packers got Micah Parsons. I don't know if you saw. Bears are getting better. You just told me how good the Vikings are. There ain't enough room in that division.
The Lions have like a lot of young talent, Cody.
I don't remember everyone
Do they?
saying they were making the Super Bowl 2 years ago either.
I mean, they had they were in the mix. They were in the mix. They don't have Ben Johnson. They lost 2 coordinators.
Oh, Ben Johnson,
lost 2
the guy,
critical offensive linemen.
Ben Johnson with the Lions, maybe a little overrated. Cool gadget plays, cool trick plays, but I felt that most times he got too cute. Who knows? They might have won that damn game against the Commanders if he wasn't trying to wide receiver pass in the third quarter. As the offense started cooking, he's like, "Hey, let's have our wide receiver throw it." Oh wait, intercepted. Early in the game, they're driving, they're cooking, 3rd and 1. Jahmyr Gibbs has about 8 yards of carry. Hey, let's try a little play action here. Oh wait, fumble. Got too cute.
Dan Campbell got too cute.
There might be something to just getting him out of there and just say, hey, let's give the ball to our best players. Here's Amon-Ra St. Brown. Here's Sam Laporta. Here's Jamison Williams. Here's Jahmyr Gibbs. No funny business. No
blocking.
No hook. No blocking.
Nobody to block.
They have
for
a top 5 offensive line.
They did have a top 5 offensive line.
Losing old-ass Frank Ragnow and replacing him.
Frank Ragnow's an outstanding football player.
He was really good, but he was old. Taking and replacing him with old Tates down from Georgia, that's not going to be that big of a downgrade.
You're going to see. They lost 2 key offensive linemen.
Good.
They lost 2 coordinators, and their window's closing. And the division's getting better around them.
They're 100%.
I'm selling the Lions.
They're 100% still a top 2 team in that division. Between them and the Vikings, they'll be right there at the top still. Everyone wants to run out and crown the Packers. Oh, the Packers. Get the hell out of here.
They got Micah Parsons.
Cool.
He's hurt too.
He is hurt.
He'll be all right.
They got Micah Parsons. Sure, I'm sure that'll be the pass rusher that leads this team to victory because Lord knows TJ Watt ain't done it. Lord knows Myles Garrett ain't done it. Max Crosby ain't done it. The 3 best pass rushers in the league. They don't win any games, but hell, this will be the one. Micah Parsons, he'll do it. He couldn't do it on the Cowboys. They had how many wins last year?
How about you love Max Crosby?
I said Max Crosby's good, sure, but I don't think he's leading the team.
Well, no, I mean, you got to have other players. Like, you can't just have one
A pass rusher ain't led his team to success since Von Miller back in 2015. Everyone else,
other players.
The Packers, a lot of question marks. Oh, we got a bunch of wide receivers. Are any of them any good? Well, I don't know. Jordan Love any good? Well, I don't know.
Dan Campbell's just a new age Ron Rivera.
Ron Rivera did go to a Super Bowl.
Yeah, maybe I shouldn't make that comparison. Maybe he's not as good as Ron Rivera.
I've talked myself into the Lions winning the division instead of the Vikings. So Vikings wildcard team. Congrats, Vikings. You're a wildcard team. Hour 1 of the books. We'll kick off hour 2 with some headlines. This is Talk Sports right here on FanRun Radio.
The flagship station for Tennessee football. Fans. FanRun Radio.
Inward Half is committed to the game and the memorable moments that happen in between. From the tee box to the tailgate, from the green to the big game. For the first birdie with Dad, the first big win with Mom. Friday night lights, Saturday superstitions, Sunday traditions. Fall into the comfort and unparalleled performance of Inward Half. This fall, enjoy the walk-in.
It's time for the North Knox Siding and Windows High School Football Player of the Week. Brought to you by North Knox Siding and Windows. Call 865-689-0505 or visit them online at northknoxsidingandwindows.com.
This week's North Knox Siding and Windows High School Football Player of the Week is Gibbs High School's Seth Sieber. Sieber led the Eagles to a 24-21 win at Halls last week. Sieber led the way defensively with 12 total tackles and 5.5 sacks, 4 tackles for loss, and a pass broken up as Gibbs improved to 2-0 on the season. Gibbs High School's Seth Sieber, this week's North Knox Siding and Windows High School Football Player of the Week.
North Knox Siding and Windows, locally owned and operated. They can handle all your siding, window, gutter, and roofing needs. Call 865-689-0505 for a free estimate or go online to northknoxsidingandwindows.com.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, FANRUN Radio.
Whether you are buying or selling a home or even looking for some land to build on and start a family, be sure to give Reed Emerson with Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate Heritage Group a shout. He is a longtime listener and supporter of FanRun and has been serving the Mid-State for many years. Reed prides himself on his hassle-free and honest approach, and that's because he's not just chasing another commission. He wants what is best for his clients. Give Reed Emerson a call or text him today to get the process started. His number is 931-492-0418, or you can find him online at bhgheritagegroup.com.
Barley's has live music on weekends, general team trivia on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., and now live sports trivia courtesy of the Knoxville Trivia Guys every Thursday night upstairs. The game starts at 7 p.m. and is free to play for everyone, so head on down to the Old City and show off your sports knowledge and win gift cards to Barley's. Use those gift cards to buy some delicious food and drinks, and you can take it all in with their wide selection of TVs and indoor projectors. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
When it's past high noon, it's time for a vodka soda made with a vodka you've actually heard of. I'm talking White Claw vodka soda made with White Claw premium vodka. JB Smooth only drinks vodka soda made with the world's smoothest vodka.
And you can too. Pick you up a bottle of the triple wave filtered vodka that's been distilled 5 times. White Claw premium vodka comes in 4 flavors: black cherry, mango, pineapple, and just vodka. You haven't had vodka like this. No one has. White Claw premium vodka. Please drink responsibly. All right, starting now.
All right, there we go.
50 states, 45 capitals.
You're listening to Talk Sports.
Okay, Washington, Spokane, Oregon, Portland.
Airing every day
from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
Am I wrong, or is he already 0 for 2 on the capitals?
Am I
wrong, or is he already?
Oh yeah,
for 2 on the
Oregon is Salem.
You already missed it. You don't get to go back.
On 1340 WKGN.
Oregon is Salem.
No, because we just told you the answer.
No, you didn't. I'm not letting you get in my head.
It's one of my favorite rejoins just because it kind of perfectly lays out Cody's mentality and then Cody's claims, like where I say we just told you the answer and he says no you didn't, as if he knew the capital the entire time.
Did you let him go on and do the rest of the states after that?
I don't think we did. I think that was the end of it. Hour 2 cooking off here in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. Drink the light, refreshing White Claw Hard Seltzer and drink it responsibly. We appreciate them for their support, as well as our boys over at Cherokee Distributing locally. Shout out to them. Shout out to Cody. Shout out to the news. Let's kick off this 9 o'clock hour with some news. News boy.
Kawhi Leonard was allegedly given a no-show $28 million endorsement deal as a way for the Clippers to circumvent the salary cap and free agency. This is the hot story in sports right now. And look, typically, I wouldn't bring you an NBA headline on the kickoff of the NFL season. Typically, this was not something I would want to talk about, but this is kind of a big deal.
Yeah, it is a big deal. So, Sam, we were talking about it yesterday off the air. I listened to the reporting done by Pablo Torre. I got to the kind of the bottom of what they were talking about. So it wasn't so much that they gave this to him to lure him there in the first place. It was for his extension, and he kind of gave them a flexible deal in exchange for what looked like $28 million off the books that would be paid out, basically every month, $7 million a year. Maybe it even went to Uncle Dennis, his boy Uncle Dennis, because in the reporting, they talked about the infamous Uncle Dennis being the one always calling that company, asking when the checks were going to go out. People have said that Uncle Dennis even got 2 houses in L.A., through the deal. Mark Cuban pushed back on it. Kind of made himself look like a jackass. We'll see what happens with the NBA. If they get this egg on their face and they have to go and answer for this, it probably won't end well. Pablo Torre, he did take down the president of the Players Association in the NFL. He got Jordan Hudson, kind of at least off the main part of North Carolina's, football front. She was still on the field, which is weird, as she went over trying to talk to Bill during that damn blowout. But we'll see if he gets another trophy if the NBA has to kind of bend the knee here.
The Eagles tried to trade for Micah Parsons, according to ESPN sources.
That'd have been really funny.
Philadelphia wanted Micah Parsons. They called Dallas to try to acquire him, but the Cowboys had no interest in trading Parsons to the rival Eagles, sources told Adam Schefter.
They have a ton of picks.
I mean, I understand you don't want to you don't want to trade him to the division rivals, but
I might have quit the NFL if that happened.
You could have made them make them pay a big premium for it. Hell, it might be the thing that takes them down if they all of a sudden start bringing a high dollar guy and use some of those picks. Just, I don't know. Right now, it seems like they got a pretty good spot.
Howie Roseman's a witch.
Yeah, I don't like him.
I believe I told you yesterday about the Florida State player who got shot. His father says that he was shot in the back of the head Sunday night. This is Florida State freshman linebacker Ethan Pritchard, but he does remain in stable condition at the Tallahassee Memorial Hospital.
Shot in the back of the head.
Shot in the back of the head while driving his aunt home from a family gathering in Havana, Florida, which is about 16 miles from Tallahassee near the Georgia state line.
So, like, just the bullets flew in the car? Somebody shot him in passing?
Yeah, he was in the car taking my sister around the corner to her daughter's house to drop her off, said Earl Pritchard. They turned the corner, and as soon as they turned the corner, they heard gunshots. So the doctors are continuing to monitor the swelling in Ethan's head. This is a Florida State football player.
Okay.
So at least he didn't get killed, I mean, it sounds like he's going to make it.
Yeah. That's the positive way to look at it.
That's just crazy. You can just be driving around the corner and some guy can shoot you through the car. It really is a dangerous world.
There's a lot of danger out there, yeah. There's a lot of danger out there.
Well, speaking of danger, Alabama is in danger of becoming irrelevant. The former quarterback A.J. McCarron says that Bama is now too broke to compete at a high level.
Just in terms of like going out and getting rosters?
He was on a podcast yesterday. He said, you look at these other teams that have 40 to 50 million in NIL. Alabama, I know this for a fact, talking to multiple people in the program, Alabama has less than 20 million in their NIL.
Oh, poor Bama. We ain't got no money.
Smell like broke in here.
We ain't got no money. Oh,
do you think this is? You think this could be Kalen DeBoer's PR team, like reaching out to former players and like, hey, it's not that he can't coach. It's we don't have the money to compete.
Well, it does make me wonder if it feels like the new firing your coach. It feels like you take a portion of the buyout money that you would have to pay and then just put it into the fund for NIL the next year. Like LSU kind of did it for Brian Kelly. There was talks of firing him. It's like, hey, instead of paying, $10 million to buy out, let's just go buy a defense instead. There was talk that Billy Napier, Florida, did the same thing. Instead of firing him last year, it's just like, hey, let's go all in, try to get him a roster. I could see DeBoer maybe getting that treatment, so they're starting the money discussion now. A, that they can't afford to fire him, but B, that the NIL is lacking. So, hey, guys, if you care, instead of firing me and spending all this money just to make me go away, how about we just buy a roster? Now, look, I don't think that's the problem at Alabama. I don't think it's a talent problem for the Tide. They had, clearly more talent than Florida State, or at least we thought they had more talent than Florida State. if they don't have talent on their team, it's because DeBoer ain't coached them. He's ruined them. He ain't watered them and watched them grow up and bloom like some pretty roses.
Both things could be true, and I like both. Not only can DeBoer not coach his talent, but Alabama is also too poor to bring in talent. I hope both are true.
Aww, they ain't got no money.
Some big cock news for you here. The Koch family is set to agree to purchase a 10% stake in the New York Giants. Big money, these Kochs. They got a lot of money. Billionaire family.
Chicken guys?
Excuse me?
Are they chicken guys?
What makes you think that?
Well, in my head, I'm looking. Isn't there like a famous family that's like the KOCH family? Isn't that?
Yeah, that's these guys.
Aren't they chicken guys? Is that not a chicken company?
Oh, I don't know. I thought maybe you thought of chicken because I said cock.
No. For some reason, I thought those guys were chicken guys. I could be completely wrong.
No, cock is simply the last name, and it's spelled different than a rooster, than a chicken cock. It's spelled KOCH, like you said. But it is big news in the cock in their world. The deal first reported by Bloomberg, pending approval by league owners, but it would come at a valuation of $10 billion. Goodness. 10% stake in the Giants is $10 billion?
Really?
No way.
No. Maybe they're saying the whole team is valued at $10 billion?
Reportedly agreed to purchase a 10% stake in the Giants. It would come at a valuation of $10 billion.
Well, that means I think that means the franchise is valued at $10 billion, so they'd give them $1 billion for 10%, is the way I take that.
Okay.
Maybe that's completely wrong.
I mean, they wouldn't be worth $100 billion.
No, I mean, they're not.
Yeah, the then North American professional record of $6 billion that Josh Harris Group paid to buy the Commanders. Yeah, the Commanders, that was only $6 billion.
Yeah, they work in petroleum, refining, chemicals, injury, forest, and consumer products and investments. Okay, so yeah, they don't do chicken. They don't do chicken at all.
I imagine
second largest privately held company in the United States, though.
I imagine they've got a stake in a lot of things. A family with that kind of power, they're probably just kind of slapping that cock name on anything. They're probably in a lot of different industries, you would think. Well, football fans' worst fears were confirmed yesterday on the Pat McAfee Show with Scott Hansen. As the NFL Red Zone, it was announced will have full commercials this season.
That's not really my worst nightmare. If you watch Red Zone, you're kind of a casual anyway. So, like, I think that's like a casual fan's worst nightmare.
Sounds like it would be your take.
I'm not a casual.
That seems like a take you would have.
Are you a Red Zone guy?
Yeah. Like millions of other Americans, I do enjoy watching Red Zone.
Like the casuals.
But we get it. You think you're Mr. Big football brain. I prefer highbrow football. You people just need scoring.
Give me the slot. Give me the highlights.
He doesn't know the setup. You got to have one TV watching your game, the other TV on the Red Zone.
Well, that's right, Bubba. That's right. If you have a team to root for. Red Zone is perfect for people who don't have a team to root for.
For the casual NFL fan, yeah.
It won't just be the overlay ads we had hoped for. Many people are saying ESPN is ruining NFL Red Zone. Hansen said yesterday the new intro to the show will be, quote, 7 hours of Red Zone football. Start now. ESPN acquired Red Zone last month in addition to several of the NFL's other top media holdings in a blockbuster deal. In return, the NFL received equity in ESPN, reportedly worth billions. And now ESPN is ruining Red Zone. Sam, do you like Red Zone?
I don't watch it every single week, but I do turn it on occasionally. If I'm in like a fantasy battle, I'll turn Red Zone on.
Bubba, do you like Red Zone?
I do.
Well,
casuals.
Just know.
Yeah, casual by
just know that Red Zone
on, and then the Red Zone for all the other touchdowns that I miss.
Red Zone is lowbrow football watching, according to some.
It's slop. It's for casuals.
Sounds
it's
like
fine.
A guy got off of Twitter that he saw last night at 7:38.
I watched the games.
You just like you're saying Sunday ticket?
Yeah. Sunday ticket. I get the quad box. I put 4 games on it, and I'll watch. Now, sometimes will one of the 4 quad boxes have Red Zone on it? Sure, it will. Will I sometimes put the audio on the Red Zone and then just watch the other 3? Yeah, that happens. But you can't just watch just the highlights, boys. I mean, Red Zone is just one step above being a box score watcher. I can watch the fastest 3 minutes with Chris Berman and see just the scoring plays.
I don't know if you're aware of this, but typically you can only watch 1 or 2 games. Like Red Zone at least gives you the highlights from all the games.
I just told you that YouTube TV has the quad box. You can watch 4 games. Literally, I just said you could watch 4 of them. So no, you can't.
If you
just
have
watch
Sunday ticket?
Yeah.
Well, not everyone has Sunday ticket.
Well, I know. I'm not mad at people that don't have Sunday ticket, but you can't call yourself a non-casual NFL fan if you don't want to pay for a Sunday ticket. You can't pony up $30 a month.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
You pay for what you care about.
You just want to gatekeep everything for everybody.
I'm not gatekeeping
this
anything.
Guy's gatekeeping NFL watching.
If you're casual, it's fine, buddy.
If you sit there and watch NFL for 7 hours a day. Not good enough for this guy.
You're watching highlights.
Well, you're not seeing the big plays from a lot of other games.
This guy doesn't even listen.
4 games.
What I say, Sam, goes in one ear and out the other. Because I said,
because what you say is asinine.
What I said was that a lot of times one of my 4 boxes will be the Red Zone, but I'll have 3 real games on.
A lot of times. So what you're watching? How many games you watch? How many games you feel like you're really watching?
How many times do I have to say?
How many games do you feel like you're really watching?
3 real games.
He's heavily tuned into every game,
and you're just watching every play from all those other 3 games.
No, from the other 3 games. Yeah.
Watching every play.
Yeah.
That sounds to me like you're distracted.
No, I'm locked in. I'm the opposite of distracted. I'm a real NFL fan. I'm not a casual.
Red Zone shows you more than just the scoring plays. It's not just scoring play. There's other. They show you other.
If there's nothing happening in the other games, they will. But
they show you some.
But for the most part,
downs.
For the most part, it's highlights.
They give you the story of the game. They show you turnovers.
When a team gets into the red zone.
Look, I think everyone that listens to TalkSports knows that. Your NFL
You're a real ass.
Is just Red Zone.
You're a real ass. You're being a real ass about this. Just because you do it one way, it's his way or the highway, Sam. It's the way it's all.
I'm not putting you on the highway. I'm not telling you to leave. I'm just calling you a casual.
And he wants to call people poor.
No,
if they can't.
No.
Not everybody can pay for the Sunday ticket. You know,
you just got to dig deep, Cody. I go illegally stream most of my.
Yeah, you can
Sunday
find
tickets.
You can find the games if you want to get there. You can get there.
Not everybody can get there. You know,
if they don't care enough,
have
they
to
won't
watch
get there.
the broadcast that's given to them. Some people, that's all they can afford to watch is the broadcast that's there for them.
You pay extra for Red Zone. It's not free.
That's neither here nor there.
It's not free.
That's neither here nor there. I like the product. This is big news to a lot of people.
Most casuals do.
You hate poor people.
No,
you hate poor people.
I don't.
Easty and Ball writes in on the chat. John hates poor people. John hates the poors. Poor equals casual. You know, not everybody's just rolling in tight end parlay cash.
If you care about it, you find $30 to spend on it. That's all I'll say. $30 a month.
I think Red Zone does a fine job of telling the story,
and most casuals agree.
I'm not a casual.
You are. You are the
quintessential
casual.
You don't know the
NFL
definition of a casual. A casual would be my aunt who watches a few plays a day and. Hey, did you see that Cowboys game was on tonight?
Which, by the way,
that's a casual.
Which, by the way, the boss put Sunday ticket here on all 4 of our TVs. Like, you can come here and watch all the football you want if you really care about it. If you can't afford it, Cody, you can come here and watch football.
I don't care.
On Sunday.
I don't care that much to see Sunday ticket.
He's a casual. Thank you.
To see Sunday ticket. Just because you think that's the product everybody has to see to make them not a casual. Red Zone does a great job. A lot of people love Red Zone.
Yeah, give me the highlights, bro.
A lot of people love Red Zone. It's not just highlights.
Give me the highlights.
That's not all it is.
Yeah, sure.
I'm so sick of you trying to gatekeep everyone else's viewing experience.
You know what this is, Sam?
Gatekeep everyone else's watching.
I'm a hit dog.
Yeah. Hit dog hollers. Why don't you use that line again? Yeah. This guy says the same thing every day. He says the same things every day. He's got like 3 phrases he uses, and he says them all every day. That's all he does. It sounds, it's real obnoxious coming through the mic. You're being obnoxious. The audience is turned off by this.
With the bigger news to you, John, being Stream East shutting down instead of commercials on Red Zone?
No, I gave up on Stream East a couple years ago.
Wrong. Piracy's wrong.
No, I have no problem with the piracy. I mean, I typically I've watched some stuff on Stream East, but I reserve that for stuff I don't really care about. Like if I need, to watch a UFC fight, I wasn't going to pay $80 for that, but I wasn't going to sit there and watch 4 hours of UFC. I just wanted to watch one fight type of thing. So I'd find a link just for that one fight I wanted to watch. Every now and then, like there'd be a baseball game I wanted to watch or something, I'd check Stream East for that.
My strategy is normally like Titans game, other TVs, just the other national game. Like if it's Titans on CBS, I'll throw the Fox game on.
Yeah.
And then my other one, I'll just go like Stream East, whatever national game that's not thrown on.
I tried Stream East one season, but man, it was just so delayed. It was almost like 2 full minutes behind. Like, and as someone who likes to do live bets and such or whatever, it was just impossible. You'd be two minutes behind. So I pulled the plug on Stream East, which the government trying to shut that down. Although I saw them tweet out, "We're not done. We're not dead yet." So I don't know if they'll pop back up and do something different. But they got 2 of them yesterday. The government did. They got them.
Volvo writes in, John, a gatekeeping NFL hipster or obnoxiously optimistic Titans homer? You decide, America. It's neither one, Volvo. The answer is a-hole.
I mean, I'm not even super optimistic about the Titans this year. I'm excited to watch Cam Ward. But it's not like I picked them in my win total draft. It's not like I told you they're going to make the playoffs. I'm just excited to watch them.
Another user points out, no casual locks into Red Zone for 7 hours a day.
You know what? That
casuals don't sit there and watch football for 10 hours a day.
That's probably a casual writing that in.
You watch football from 1 p.m. to 11 p.m. Nobody's a casual if you're sitting there for 10 hours a day.
You got another casual checking in. Another casual checking in.
It's just such a rude thing. Just so rude. So rude.
Let's go to break. We'll talk about some football coming up on the other side. We'll look at some college stuff. Stick with us. This is TalkSports on FanRun Radio.
Streaming worldwide at FanRunRadio.com and on the free FanRun app. This is Big Orange Country's sports talk radio superstation, FanRun Radio, Knoxville.
Now, it's time for your Atlanta Braves Morning Update, presented by Tidal Wave Auto Spa. Get clean car happy at any of the 250-plus Tidal Wave Auto Spa locations today.
Braves salvage a game in Chicago. I'm Barrett Salee, and this is your Braves Radio Network Morning Update.
Get clean car happy all season long at Tidal Wave with exclusive membership discounts, giveaways, and more. Visit TidalWaveAutoSpa.com/Braves for more information.
The Braves avoided a sweep with a 5-1 win over the Cubs in Game 3 of the 3-game set against those Cubbies at Wrigley Field in Chicago. Ha-Sung Kim, his first home run with the Atlanta Braves was a big one. The 3-run home run in the top of the 7th put the Braves up 3-1. It was the first home run by a Braves shortstop since September 20th, 2024. That's right, the first home run by a shortstop this year. Bryce Elder was phenomenal. 7 innings, 4 hits, 1 run. It was unearned, didn't walk anybody, and struck out 6. Braves return home against the Mariners. 3-game set starting Friday. Chris Sale goes for the Braves. He's 5-4, has a 2.45 ERA and 123 strikeouts. Logan Gilbert going for the Mariners. He's 4-6, has a 3.73 ERA and 144 strikeouts. First pitch against those Mariners, 7:15 right here at Truist Park. And of course, you can hear it on the Braves Radio Network.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
Have you ever found yourself wishing your clothes looked brand new again? Whether it's your favorite suit,
that little black dress, or your comfy winter coat, Crown Cleaners can make it happen. From stubborn stains to delicate fabrics, the expert team at Crown Cleaners uses the latest cleaning technology to ensure your clothes come back looking and feeling fresh. Visit one of their 2 area locations, Kingston Pike on Bearden Hill or South North Shore Drive near Dunkin' Donuts. Online at crowncleaners.com. Crown Cleaners, a tradition of excellence.
Citizens National Bank.
Kick off this football season with a CNB Plus Perks checking account. Move downfield with free online and mobile banking. And cross the goal line with extended evening hours and Saturday banking. Banking at CNB has its perks. Find out more at cnbtn.com.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
On the front page of ESPN's college football section right now, quote, no average freshman. Why Michigan has already rallied behind Bryce Underwood. That is the game of the weekend this weekend. Michigan going to Oklahoma. From Tennessee's perspective, of course, Oklahoma, what some would consider a swing game in terms of getting to 9 wins versus 8 wins. A stepping stone, of course, if Tennessee is going to get to 10 wins and make the college football playoff. But it's the big game of week 2, a freshman that they're calling no average freshman, that they're hoping is the next Trevor Lawrence, going on the road to Oklahoma to play John Mateer and Brent Venables. Cody, who are you leaning towards right now?
I'm leaning toward Michigan.
So you're buying into the freshman quarterback being able to go in and win?
Yeah, I think he's really good. I think Oklahoma, I know Mateer, people are high on Mateer coming in this year, but I feel like as a roster, they're not as good as Michigan. Maybe a little overrated coming into the year. What was that score against Illinois State the other day? 35-3. I mean, I know you can't just score watch, but that was a team with no pulse they were playing. Was that offense really just putting up big time numbers?
I think if they were to go in and win, and by the way, you could still join the FANRUN Pick'em. Sam hopped in. My old lady hopped in. It's still unlocked. It's still empty. Go get in. FANRUN 2025. We got just over 200 people in, so you got a chance to make up that ground from week 1. SM Athletics has given $500 away to the winner. Use the password FANRUN. If Michigan is going to win, it's not going to be because of their offense, I don't think. I think it'll be because of their defense and Oklahoma's inability to still, run the ball. They didn't look very good either, I didn't think, running the ball last week. Their offensive line, they tried to revamp it. It still didn't look very good for them against Illinois State. Michigan, I didn't watch a second of their game last week. I don't know what they looked like. When I just look at the box score and you tell me 34-17 against New Mexico,
right?
That doesn't seem impressive, but I didn't watch 1 second of it.
No, you're right. I mean, and so if I'm going to say Oklahoma wasn't impressive, then got to be consistent and say Michigan didn't look all that. They weren't jumping off the page.
No, but at least they were able to run the ball though. Like that, and that's something that's been their identity for the last couple of years. And yeah, I know it's New Mexico, but 16 carries for 159 yards by their lead back, Justice Haynes. That's a pretty good day for him. So, that's better than any individual performance Oklahoma had in terms of non-John Mateer. Mateer's stats look good, but some of the film guys have been saying that Mateer didn't play that good despite, throwing for damn near 400 yards. Just said, he was pretty sloppy.
People tell me that Oklahoma got better over the offseason. They wasn't a very good football team last year. Michigan wasn't a great football team last year either. I mean, they both beat Alabama, so they share that in common. But I expect this game to look a lot like you said, it's not going to be the offenses that win the game. It's going to look, I think, a lot like that Texas-Ohio State game at a lower level, like a tier below that.
From a Tennessee perspective, Bubba, do you care about this result for Oklahoma? Are you rooting against them? Are you rooting for them just to have a bigger matchup in Neyland Stadium down the line? Because I don't think Tennessee should play with fire this year. I think they kind of got lucky last year that so many teams fell apart, because I don't think Tennessee had a number of good wins. You know what I mean? Like, we kind of only had Alabama when you looked at actual quality wins, when you looked at how the teams went down the year. Does that play into how you feel about the game? Who are you rooting for? Do you care, Bubba?
I mean, I don't really care who wins the game. I'll be tuned in, obviously, because it seems like a pretty good matchup.
Sure.
For the sake of Tennessee, I mean, it does make sense to have Oklahoma win this game to be good, in the hopes that your team would eventually beat them as well. But I don't like rooting for any other SEC team. I really don't. Unless it's against, like, an Ohio State. But nah, I can't really root for them. So, I mean, I want to see Bryce Underwood go crazy just because it's like, the storylines and the narratives that you can keep pulling from that would be just fun to use. But, I mean, I think Oklahoma losing would be better just because, you want Tennessee to have a better, easier shot at winning.
Sure. And I do think if Oklahoma loses this game, all of a sudden, all the good vibes that Brent Venables has fixed this offseason, I think they kind of come crashing down. And then there's you're back to kind of a 50-50 proposition, whether or not he's the coach bringing them into Neyland Stadium in November. Sam, do you have a rooting interest in this game? Are you rooting for or against Oklahoma, or do you not care?
I don't know if rooting interest would be the way to say it for me. I am just intrigued by Oklahoma this year as a whole, because I have been kind of singing the praises of bringing in Mateer and Ben Arbuckle, that OC, to be able to kind of just try and totally revamp that offense. But yeah, I mean, they could not run the football against Illinois State. So if you're going to tell me that you've got a week 2 matchup against a Michigan team that is always really good up the middle and always really good at making that kind of an identity of their football team, I would say that I would probably be a little bit scared if I'm an Oklahoma fan. I think the only other factor that I think is maybe somewhat swept under the rug that you guys are just talking about there, like I think Brent Venables realizes that he's kind of coaching for his life in this game, and knows that Michigan is a huge swing game in terms of just not only their season, but they've got some tough SEC games. And so if you don't take care of business in those first 4 or 5 weeks of their season, I think it's going to be kind of a rocky road for the rest of the year.
They are 5.5-point favorites, which seems a little high to me. This feels closer to like that field goal range where these teams are pretty even as far as I'm concerned. We'll see. I do think I was listening to a podcast where they were talking, some college football expert was on there and was talking about things coaches told him and what the coaches had said to him. And there was one thing that really just stood out, which sounds simple, but it was actually like, oh yeah, I don't know if I fully have heard it put so plainly, and it does make sense. But there's the best thing you can have in college with a quarterback is experience, which when you say it out loud, it's like, no, duh. But
never heard that before. Casual.
He's so hurt about that.
Casual.
You can come over and watch the Sunday Ticket if you want.
I know. I wouldn't watch Sunday Ticket with you.
You and Bear both can come over. You guys can have a little date. You can come over. I know he's out of town. I know. Is that why you're upset about him going to California? Are you sad that he went without you again for the second time?
I don't think you want to go down this road.
Is that what you heard about?
I don't think you want to go down this road. I'd get back to what you were going to say there.
Okay. You can come watch Sunday Ticket with me, buddy.
I don't want to watch Sunday Ticket with you.
You can come watch Sunday Ticket. It's fine.
I would rather watch alone than watch with you.
You can come watch if you're that hurt about it.
Casual.
It's okay. But it's something. Casual. It's something that clearly makes sense. But I think you saw it with Tennessee too. I do think Joey Aguilar, we were worried about him being able to grasp Tennessee's offense. We were worried about him only having 2 months in the system. We were worried about him getting there and being able to mesh and click. That's a guy that's played a lot of football. It's a guy that's got a lot of experience. And I think you saw that in the Syracuse game, just how quickly he was able to get a grip of this offense, to be able to get his guys lined up. And you saw Tennessee go fast again, and you were snapping the ball frequently, under 10 seconds on the play clock. And I think that was maybe something we should have had more confidence in Joey being able to grasp that fully when it came to Tennessee.
I think Michigan is a better football team than Oklahoma. Like, I just trust them to win a close game like this more than I would Oklahoma at this point. I think it'll be a good game to watch if you like good defensive football. Like, they're both going to be playing at a pretty high level defensively. Which offensive guys can make more plays, to be determined.
Do you have a rooting interest? You said you picked Michigan.
Michigan.
Does that mean you're rooting against Oklahoma? You want them just to kind of fall apart?
Yeah, why root for Oklahoma?
The logic for me would be to have them be a bigger game when they come to Knoxville, because I do think I think Tennessee got lucky last year, like I said, because you had Alabama take that third loss. You had Ole Miss take that third loss. You had them kind of eliminate themselves. But there was a very realistic reality. There was a very realistic path where those two teams go 10-2 and Tennessee gets left out of the playoff at 10-2, because you look around and it's like, Oklahoma, they weren't very good. NC State, they weren't very good. You lost to Arkansas. Kentucky, they weren't very good. That Florida team wasn't very good. And all of a sudden you're counting Tennessee's wins, and they didn't have enough of them. Like, I think we were very close to that being a reality last year. So there's a part of me that's like, I'm okay if Oklahoma comes in at 7-1 or 6-1, whatever it is, and it's a top 15 matchup, and then all of a sudden it feels like a big game.
Yeah, but the flip side of that is you get a beat down Oklahoma who's checked out on the season, and you just whoop them.
I just don't think that does anything in the committee's eyes, though. Like, I think to your point, John, like last year you had the Alabama win, and we all thought, oh, well, we've got that. We can just kind of coast to the playoff at 10-2. And then as it got closer and closer to the end, it was like, all right, do we really actually have an impressive second best win?
Well, I see, but I think that was the problem. Like, I think if Oklahoma coming in is your best win of the season, I think you'll be in that position, Sam, like Alabama last year. But if Oklahoma comes in at what are we? Their second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. We're their ninth game. They come in at 7-2 or better and ranked. Like, if that's your second best win, then you can kind of coast.
I'm agreeing
at
with
10-2.
you.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think you need that. One of your best wins this year is on paper right now. In this scenario where you go 10-2, you could say your best wins either at Florida, at Alabama, or home against Georgia.
And if Alabama's trending down, you'd like for one of those other teams to trend up on your schedule.
Right. Like last year it worked out, but it was, if Ole Miss had picked up a couple fourth downs against Florida and Jackson Dart didn't lose his mind, or Alabama didn't lose to Vandy or Oklahoma, like you would have gotten left out, I think.
I don't think I care too much what Oklahoma's record is when they come in. Like, I mean, I want it to be a big game, but I think if you take care of your business, that stuff won't matter that much. Like, it'll sort itself out. Like, I think you take your chances on 10-2. Like, a 10-2 football team, I think you're going to have two quality wins in there somewhere. Somebody might be better than you think they are.
Did you have two last year, though? I mean, at 10-2? What was your second best win last year?
You didn't have a second great win, but you had several wins over bowl teams. Like,
yeah.
You didn't have a second great win, but if you combine them all, like that,
point.
I mean,
I think you're kind of
that was last year.
But I think you're kind of proving the point.
Yeah, I mean, but that's a given year.
It's the same schedule as last year.
Well,
yeah, these are the same programs.
They're still different teams, though. I mean, I'll take my chances going 10-2. Like, I don't think I worry that much about what Oklahoma's record is when they come in. Like, if they're 5-4, I'm not going to be like, oh, I wish this team was 7-2. Like, to me, it just doesn't matter that much. Like, I think if you take care of if you handle your business, you're going to get in. If you look good winning, you look good doing what you do, I think you'll be all right.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I think in most years I would agree, but like I said, last year you were pretty close to that not being the case. That's our only year of data in this 12-team playoff. You know, I don't know what it's going to look like year in, year out, but I do think there's a good chance the SEC is just jumbled up again, and then you're having the same discussion with like, well, you got a 2-loss Big Ten team versus a 2-loss SEC team, and you know, if some of those schools up there step up a little bit.
I think if you beat Georgia, you're in. Like if your only wins are Georgia and Oklahoma, you're in. I don't think we should get too hung up on Oklahoma.
It's a tall task.
Well, it is, I know, but I don't think we should get too hung up on Oklahoma coming in with a good record either, because I don't think they're going to. I don't know if you've looked at their schedule.
Well, what if you lose to Alabama, you lose to Georgia, and you beat an 8-win Florida team, and that's your best win? Your best win on the road with your best win of the season would then be a road game at 8-win Florida.
If that's the case, then yeah, what you're saying would come into play.
Is that not a pretty feasible reality though?
Yeah,
like
I think to
then
be
you
10
deserve-
and 2. Go ahead, Bubba. Sorry.
Do you deserve to be in the playoffs at that point?
Well, that's what I'm asking. Yeah, like I don't know.
No, because your team couldn't handle the big games. So why would you want to see them play even more big games?
That's what I was about to say, Bubba. I think that's a good point.
Well, I think we'd agree that Georgia and at Alabama is a different weight class than home against Oklahoma, though. No,
right. But if you can't beat either one of those teams anyway, maybe you don't deserve to get in.
I would like to make the playoff regardless of whether or not we're deserving or not. I'm not one of those guys
embarrassed on live TV in front of so many people.
I mean, that's fine. I would still you would rather have missed the playoffs last year than lose to Ohio State the way they lost?
Maybe.
Well, no, yes or no. You got embarrassed on national TV. That's what you just said. Would you have not rather made the playoffs? Would you have rather just missed them?
I mean, no.
Well, okay. Then you agree with me that you'd rather make the playoffs and just go from there. So, like, I think if I'm going to take that roll of the dice, and I think it's an accomplishment to make it. Like all the years we've made the NCAA tournament but not won the championship or had a heartbreaking loss, I'd still rather be in the dance than not be in the dance.
The problem is I think Oklahoma is probably 8-4 at best. Like even if they get this Michigan win,
sure.
They got Texas, South Carolina, Ole Miss, Tennessee, Alabama in a row. And then they got Missouri and number 3 LSU, currently 3rd-ranked LSU to end the season. So, like,
I will say, though, if they win this game, I think they have a different season than if they lose this game. And I know that's a no-duh situation, but, like, I think they're hanging by a thread. I think the moment they have a big loss that they might come unraveled a little bit. And I think if they lose this Michigan game, I could see them turning around and losing in 2 weeks to Auburn. I could see Texas embarrassing them in their rivalry game. Whereas if they beat Michigan, then all of a sudden I think they'd have a really good home atmosphere and beat Auburn. Then all of a sudden they're 5-0 going into that Texas game. And even if they lose that, they shouldn't fall apart too much by the time they get to Tennessee. They could still be ranked. And like I said, if we're looking big picture, and look, you might be like, this is way too many hypotheticals. This is way too far down the road. I don't want to talk about the ETSU game.
Well, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, there ain't nothing to say.
We ain't going to be doing this on Georgia Week, but I ain't got nothing to say about Tennessee and ETSU. Like, hope everybody stays healthy. Hopefully everybody's good. But if we're looking big picture of making the playoff, my doomsday scenario, Cody, is where your best wins on the season are a road win at 8-win Florida, and your second best win's a 7-win Oklahoma team at home. And then all of a sudden everyone's looking and saying Tennessee ain't got no schedule. Tennessee ain't got no resume.
I see what you're saying. I feel like Oklahoma, I don't think Oklahoma is going to be looked at in that great of a light anyway by the end of the year, just based on this schedule.
I think if they're 5-0 heading into Texas, I think that's a different story.
I feel like recency bias is kind of something that the committee has shown to be a little bit of a factor in recent years too. And so when you've got that game so late, if it's a hot Oklahoma team coming in and you can have a nice home win there, and then maybe you do go on the road to Florida, like I feel like that's when some momentum could start to pick up for you as well.
I just can't see them being hot.
And maybe nobody cares, but I do think we're at the point now where the SEC versus Big Ten matters when you're jockeying for at-large playoff spots. And, you already lost the first matchup, the first big one. We know Ohio State's a different animal, but, like, Texas is right now the best we have to offer, at least at this point in the season. They beat you. So, like, Oklahoma, Michigan, I'd give Michigan a little bit of an edge in terms of prestige over the last, 10 years. Obviously, they won a national championship. But, like, if the Big Ten goes in there on the road and beats Oklahoma, That's just another like notch in the Big Ten's belt, and then all of a sudden that conference looks better top to bottom. The SEC does have a little bit of a developing image problem.
I would also like to make the point that with the scenario you guys are talking about last year and how people were, we weren't that close to not having a second great win, that also came with us having a bad loss at Arkansas. So, like, if you are kind of ho-hum this year, but you still take care of your business and you don't have any bad losses, like you don't slip up at Mississippi State or at Kentucky or something like that, then maybe that 10-2 conversation is different.
We've had one of those every year, though. Like, I feel like that's almost something that you have to kind of bake into the cake a little bit.
See, I don't know if you do this year, though. I mean, you're right.
We had that last year.
You're right. But that Arkansas team was at least a bowl team. Like, at Mississippi State, at Kentucky, I feel like that's number 13 and 14 in the SEC.
Interesting. Sounds like Cody thinks this year's schedule is easier after all.
Why do you have to bring everything back to the past? We discussed that doesn't prove whatever point you think it proves, because I made it very clear it still comes down to your three big rivals. But
very interesting.
But yes, that part of it, I mean, I agree with you, but I hope that bad loss is not baked in, Sam, because this year that would either be Mississippi State or Kentucky.
Well, there's a chance Alabama's not looked at as a very good loss either this year. Like, I mean,
I mean, it's not going to be that bad though. Like
with Alabama,
it's not going to be like they're not going to miss out on a bowl game.
No, but there's a chance that they're like an 8-4 program. Even if they beat us, there's a chance they still go 8-4.
Yeah, I think 8-4 is on the table, but
road loss to Alabama won't ding you as bad as road loss to Mississippi State or Kentucky.
I know. Or Arkansas.
I know, but it could still be one that Alabama's reputation is not going to have them be seen as a bad loss. I agree with you, but it's not like you can point to it and say, well, we lost to two playoff teams. You lost to Georgia and Alabama. What are you going to do? Like, I don't think it's going to be that this year.
I just think that 10-2 conversation is a little bit different, though, given that we had the bad loss last year. I just wanted to make that point.
Sure, and I agree with that, with the loss thing for sure. And like I said, if you're screaming at your radio about, oh, they're talking 10-2, we ain't going to go 10-2, or we ain't got there yet. Okay, I hear you. I don't really have anything to say about ETSU. They're ranked in the FCS poll. Good for them.
Yeah.
Cade McNamara, I mean, he played high-level college football for a bit, but no offense, there's a reason he's at ETSU. No offense, if you're listening, Bucks.
They did really hammer Murray State. 45-17.
Yeah.
You could say that they raced Murray State even.
The Murray State Racers. He's done it again, folks. Sam, send us a break. Let's talk sports on FanRun Radio.
Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Download the free Fan Run app and take the best Tennessee sports conversations with you wherever you go.
Barley's has live music on weekends, general team trivia on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., and now live sports trivia courtesy of the Knoxville Trivia Guys every Thursday night upstairs. The game starts at 7 p.m. and is free to play for everyone, so head on down to the Old City and show off your sports knowledge and win gift cards to Barley's. Use those gift cards to buy some delicious food and drinks, and you can take it all in with their wide selection of TVs and indoor projectors. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Rickard Ridge Barbecue, located in beautiful Cove Lake State Park. Rickard Ridge is home of the best ribs in the volunteer state. Smoked daily by pitmaster Mark Rickard. The barbecue at Rickard Ridge is mouth-watering, fall-off-the-bone delicious. Take the scenic drive up I-75 to exit 134. For directions and to look at the rest of the menu, visit Rickard Ridge online at rickardridgebbq.com.
We really need to get some branded stuff. Shirts, hats, promo items, something professional.
I mean, we could just find a website and order a bunch of it ourselves.
You could, but you're taking a big risk. You don't know the quality, the fit, the timeline. It's a roll of the dice.
Yeah, I guess, but isn't that how everyone does it now?
Not the ones who actually care about how their brand looks. Look, if we're putting our name on it, it needs to be done right. We need SM Athletics.
SM Athletics?
Yeah, they specialize in working with businesses like ours. Apparel, hats, promo gear, but real, customized stuff. They actually care if it turns out right.
Probably a lot better than getting stuck with 100 t-shirts with crooked logos.
Exactly. Plus, they'll walk you through everything. Sizing, colors, material, so it matches the image we're trying to build.
Makes sense. What's the name again?
SM Athletics. Trust me, if you want to look like a real company, not a flea market stand, this is the move. If you're serious about your brand, work with people who are serious about getting it right. SM Athletics.
Ball fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
Got a problem tree looming over your home? Call ECR Total Landscapes. Whether it's trimming, removal, or storm cleanup, our certified pros get the job done safely and efficiently. We're licensed, insured, and ready 24/7 for emergency calls. Big or small, we cut them all. ECR Total Landscapes. Call now for a free estimate, 865-384-2012, and mention promo code FANRUN for free stump grinding on any tree removal now through the end of the year. Also, visit us at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
And if the beat live, real hot girls. Where them girls at?
It does just kind of make me sick. And I know we're talking about us going 10-2. I know we're talking about us making the playoffs. You might think that's being a little premature. We'll find out. But I do think that we should be getting the rub of that being our goal, of that being what we are constantly striving for. We're a playoff program, and Bubba pointed out we got our ass kicked last year, and he is right, and it did suck coming back from that. But I do think it was still better to have made it than have missed it, because then you can say you're a playoff program. You're not South Carolina. You're not Ole Miss. You're not Alabama. You actually made it last year. You know what it takes to get there. LSU, same way. But when I look at the top, basically the top 12 this year, it's frustrating to me. It's annoying to me that 8 of the 12 teams last year are getting the rub of still being thought of in that light. Like Ohio State, Penn State, Georgia, they're among the elites, whatever. They're getting the top-notch billing. Oregon's getting that top-notch billing. Texas, Clemson, Notre Dame, even Arizona State. All of those programs that made the playoff last year, they're in the top 12 right now. The only ones that aren't, Boise, which is self-explanatory. SMU, which, they felt more like a fluke last year. We'll see. Maybe they could claim they're disrespected. Indiana with the turnover, they're out of there. And then Tennessee. So, to me, they're treating us like SMU, Indiana, and Boise State. I know we lost some NFL defensive line talent. I get that, but also I know we've recruited at a pretty good level. I know we got a really, really good defensive coordinator and a legendary defensive line coach. I know that everyone says Nico sucked last year. All the the media members said, left a lot to be desired. So, for us to be down there outside of that good old boys club, it does just irritate me, because I think Tennessee's recruited at a higher level than those other schools. They've recruited good enough, and they've won enough the last 3 years to be getting the benefit of the doubt. So it just really irks me that even after kicking Syracuse's ass, the AP poll looked and said, yeah, you know what? We were still right. You're 22nd, 24th. We'll put you up at 22.
I think people are coming around a little bit. Maybe not the AP voters, but, Bill Connolly.
His metrics have loved us. He's had us in the top 10 all offseason.
Well, the whole ESPN FPI loves us. But Connolly and that other the woman writer over there, Andrea something, I don't know. They're two of their playoff predictors, though, people that predict the playoffs for ESPN.
The one we hate?
No, not the gambling girl.
Okay.
No, this is
Jessica Malnado.
No, it's not Heather Dinich. It's Andrea something. But this Andrea and Bill Connolly both project the ESPN playoffs, and they both got Tennessee in the playoffs right now. And the FPI loves us. I would simply say give that about another week of Nico sucking and Joey looking good again. And I think
a lot of people are going to come around. And if they don't come around this week, then, just go beat Georgia, and then you ain't got to worry about it.
Do you get dropped out of the polls if you lose to Georgia?
At this point, you might.
It feels like it.
I would say no, Sam. I would say that if you lose to a top team like that, usually they don't punish you too much. I mean, if you get beat by 60, sure, but typically by then enough teams have one loss and they don't get punished too much.
Yeah, I mean, also some top 25 teams ahead of you will lose this week. Just win your game. You should jump a couple spots. So then if you say you're 20th and you lose to Georgia, I wouldn't think you drop worse than 25, but somebody will lose ahead of you this week. I don't know who it's going to be, but somebody will.
In case you were wondering, Pamela Maldonado's best bets last week. She picked Florida State plus 13.5.
Good pick.
Over 50.5. That didn't get over, right? It was 31-17. Is that right?
Right.
So that was 1-1. TCU minus 3.5 at North Carolina. That was a good pick. Baylor plus 2.5 against Auburn. Wah, wah, wah. So now she's 2-2 in her fifth best bet, the under in the Tennessee-Syracuse game at 51.5. So
good one, sweetheart. She's just throwing stuff against the wall, man. She's just throwing stuff against the wall. She sucks. I don't know how she got that job. I don't know why she's their ESPN betting girl. She sucks. She sucked all last year. Do we have her? Did we ever get her record for the whole year? I know at one point it was horrible.
Bad.
Should we keep track of it on the show?
I think we should. P team over there, keep track of it at least through week 1. I won't go back to look at week 0. Pamela Maldonado. She is 2-3, which I will say in her rationale for the Syracuse Tennessee under. That's what a lot of people were saying. So I feel bad piling on, but Josh Heupel's offense is built on pace, rhythm, and timing, which takes the reps to master. Aguilar got here late. It'll take he'll have a learning curve, which is what a lot of people are saying, but it wasn't the case.
She just hated Tennessee last year. She hated us
with just one returning starter on the offensive line. See, that to me was where you kind of lost this because I think, but she wasn't alone. A lot of people looked at Tennessee's offensive line as a weakness or as a big question mark, and I think we saw that it was pretty damn good. And right now, maybe you could say pretty damn versatile when you look at, dealing with an injury and being able to come back and be good.
Yeah, you didn't even have Mr. Talent out there last week.
No, but you didn't really miss a beat. Those highlights of the run game, pretty damn good. I mean, they were mauling people. The tight ends were involved in it. The wide receivers were involved in it.
Well, those two guards you brought in, man, I guess Perry, he played tackle last week, and he was here already.
And Pendleton was a guard you brought in. He's playing center, so it's that's what I'm saying. They're versatile. I feel like there's some versatility along that line right now.
Well, there's some road graders. Everybody over there talks about how mean Wendell Moy is too. I mean, he's what you want in an offensive lineman.
And then they didn't, allow any sacks. They ran the ball well and they did enough in pass protection.
So I don't want to pile on to this, Miss Maldonado, but apparently somebody else is also keeping track of her picks.
Okay.
And all time against the spread, she is 342 and 312.
Okay,
which sounds great, but she has a profit win of minus 1.09 units.
Okay, yeah, I mean, she's not enough over 500. Do we know if they have it broken down last year? Because maybe she used to be really good, and then she got the job at ESPN. Yeah, maybe she used to be really good. There's no way she was over 500 last year, though. She started out 2 and 15. Let's see if we can find her stats from last year. That might be too tough for you, Bubba, but I just don't know if you can easily Google that. But we'll track it this year. Hour 2 in the books. Hour 3 headlines coming at you. It's Talk Sports on FanRun Radio.
Check out our new and improved website at FanRunRadio.com.
Hey, folks, if you're in need of a lawyer, you need to call my friend Jerry Givens. I've known Jerry since high school and can personally vouch for him. He's East Tennessee through and through, and if you're going through a divorce, bankruptcy, or a DUI case, you'll need someone you can trust on your side to help you navigate the local legal system. You can trust Jerry Givens. Call the law offices of Jerry Givens today at 865-801-9250 to schedule your free consultation. That's 801-9250.
For over 3 years, from Clinton Highway to Parkside Drive, our fans with the best cookies in the game. This fall, Crumble is gearing up for yet another fantastic season. Whether you're tailgating or looking for a pick-me-up after getting the kids from school, Crumble has you covered. Download the Crumble app to check out this week's rewards and features. And stop on by. Tell them FanRun sent you, but don't miss the cookies.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, FanRun Radio.
Attention service members and veterans. Introducing the Griffin Law Firm, your trusted ally in military legal matters. From court-martials to benefit claims, at Griffin Law, your mission is their mission. Here's VFL Marshall Griffin.
As a veteran and retired military attorney, I've successfully defended lifelong benefits and helped preserve professional futures. So I know that when you hire a military justice lawyer, you maximize your chance to get relief. With my unique experience, I can advocate for you because there's no military matter that's too big or too small. Let us help you make these critical decisions that could affect the rest of your life. Remain silent. Request counsel. Call Griffin Law.
For a free consultation, call 888-707-4282. That's 888-707-4282. Or just visit griffinlawdefense.com.
Believe in family. Believe in your fellow man. Believe in honesty and an honest day's work. We do. We're Farm Bureau Insurance. And we don't just believe in Tennessee. We believe in Tennesseans. Farm Bureau Insurance. Tennessee's insurance company.
This is Baseball VFL Cody Brown. Farm Bureau Insurance is the official insurance for Tennesseans. Believe in me for all of your insurance needs. Give me a call at 865-992-3871.
Ready to launch your career? Axle Logistics is a leading third-party logistics company where excellence is an energy. With an award-winning culture, Axle proves that positive outcomes come from a positive environment and a work hard, play hard mentality. At Axle, the drive for success is infectious. And with an uncapped commission structure, hard work isn't just noticed, it's rewarded. For those with big goals and even bigger dreams, Axle Logistics is the place to start your career.
Round 3.
The world's greatest radio show. The world's greatest radio show in Tennessee.
Power rankings, Tuesday trivia. John, Reed, and Cody going wild. No Olivia. Wood grain on my leather seats. I got the whole team eating like I'm Johnny Eats. Morning booming from 7 to 10. Ay. Talk sports while I'm chewing a Zen. Ay. Talk sports while I'm riding to work. All the ops take a ride in a hearse. East Knoxville. Ay. Morning booming from 7 to 10. Ay. Morning booming from 7 to 10. Ay.
Hour number 3 kicking off here in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. Let's hit some Hour 3 headlines. I'll get us started off as EA Sports has officially withdrawn its college basketball video game proposal as more schools chose to work with 2K instead. So I don't know if 2K is trying to do a college basketball game.
I feel like 2K drops the ball on a lot of this stuff, so I don't have a whole lot of confidence in this coming to fruition.
Well, EA Sports has been out of basketball for a while, right? Like they don't do anything with basketball.
The last one was NBA Live 19. But with 2K, the rumor was that they were originally just going to have like DLC teams of like the Blue Buds, so like UCLA, Kentucky, whoever else, as like, so you'd only get like 12 college teams. So in a way, it kind of seemed like it could be leaning this way.
Were they trying to put those colleges on NBA 2K and like have a mode on there and sell it just as one game? Or because you can't sell a full video game with only 12 teams in today's age. Like they wouldn't have been able to do that.
But they could have added it to NBA 2K, kind of like how they added WNBA teams to 2K. And, if you wanted to play with the women, you had to buy just the regular game. It wasn't like they built a standalone game, so I'm wondering if that's what they were thinking. But if it says more colleges, more schools are choosing to work with 2K, I'd imagine, Bubba, that they would maybe have something bigger than that in works, but no EA Sports basketball game. To be determined on whether or not you'll get an NCAA basketball game with 2K. All right, Cody, let's get to your headlines.
Thank you, John. Dan Hurley contemplated leaving UConn after last season. He just got so stressed out after those 2 national titles. Said that he wasn't a good leader last year.
Meow.
As he tried to go for the three-peat. He got so stressed out. I thought about leaving, Hurley wrote. Taking a gap year, resigning as head coach.
Taking a gap year
of the UConn Huskies.
Taking a gap year, just like quitting for a year, then coming back and coaching somewhere that's not UConn, or just like making your assistant coach for the year at UConn.
He said resigning as the coach of the UConn Huskies.
Well, he said that the Athletic reported that he reached out to like Fox Sports about joining as an analyst because I guess he didn't want to forfeit all of his money or leave the sport completely.
I knew my mind and I knew my body, and I could feel that I was completely cooked, just burnt. I didn't even know how I was standing. I stared at the office walls, muttering, conducting a brutal review of our season. I didn't build a strong enough roster. I wasn't a good leader. I let everyone down in Maui. I lost control emotionally at various points. I came in here some days sad and defeated when I needed to be positive and inspiring.
The article that I read, though, he was basically like, yeah, but I got a really good roster coming back this year, and we did some good things in the transfer portal, so I'm feeling a little bit better now.
Oh, well, that's good.
It's just like, I wanted to quit. I didn't have a good team last year.
It's the way it came across when you see it. Plus, bro, you brought a lot of that on yourself. If you just mellow out, chill out, like
maybe have a couple of weed gummies or something.
Like there was no pressure on you going back to back to back. I don't think anybody's like, oh my God, Hurley sucks. This UConn team's not going to win 3 in a row. If he just would have chilled out, but he's so unlikable that everyone made fun of him starting in Maui. I mean, like he was acting like a lunatic in Maui, and people were laughing at him. And he's trying to fight the refs when they're coming off the court. Like, just don't do that stuff. You don't have to win the championship every year. Feels like he's headed towards being like college basketball's Urban Meyer, like heart problems coming soon, like just needing to step away, and then he'll come back somewhere else, win for a little bit and burn out there too, and then maybe go to the NBA and grope some girl in a bar or something, and then resign, get fired from there. Apparently, Bubba, they are talking about just putting a select number of teams in NBA 2K, per the article I'm reading, that 2K they don't want to mess around with the MTSUs of the world. They don't want to mess around with those type of schools. It's like, it didn't say 12, but it's like they're focused on just the big brands. I would hope Tennessee would be included in that big brand. I would think Tennessee is enough of a brand, and the stadiums, the arena looks enough like an NBA arena where you could easily put TBA at FCC in the game. But yeah, the game as a whole is gone. You won't be able to play with all the schools when college basketball, if it ever does end up back in a video game.
When it rains, it pours for the Alabama Crimson Tide as they lose defensive lineman Jeremiah Beeman. He was hurt in practice yesterday, and he will be out for the season with a lower body injury. Coach Kalen DeBoer, for now, announced Beeman's status on his weekly radio show, said that he got hurt. I guess he was he started last week's season opener at Florida State. He was starting in place of fourth-year junior Tim Keenan, who remains sidelined as well with a lower body injury. So Alabama now running a little thin on the D-line.
I'd like to know about the guy, the defensive back that came up and made the business decision and was jogging across the field to go try to tackle Florida State's running back, the one that went viral for his lack of effort. I'd like to know if he's
there. Kamal Haddon.
I'd like to know if he's been given a designated injury this week to be out for the week.
Well, despite this troubling news, DeBoer says Alabama can still do, quote, some big things this year.
some big things, like winning only 8 games in the regular season for the first time in 20 years.
They clarified, whenever you get to this point of the hot seat, man, you're in trouble, especially with Georgia lingering around the corner. But they did come out, reports came out and said, look, I know everyone's saying Alabama can't afford to fire Kalen DeBoer, but the way the contract is set up is not like Jimbo Fisher or Mark Stoops even. Kentucky has to make a decision with Mark Stoops. Mark Stoops has got the Jimbo Fisher contract where when you fire him, you got to pay him up front. Cut him a check for all of it. Maybe Stoops was actually only half, but Kentucky owes Mark Stoops $30 million the moment they fire him. Jimbo got a $75 million check, right? Whenever he got fired at Texas A&M, they had to cut him the whole thing in full. They do not have that set up at Alabama with Kalen DeBoer. They are allowed to pay him $1 million a month until he's made whole. And at that point, you start getting to the point where you get to offset some of the money if he gets a new job. So, it wouldn't be like he'd set out coaching for 5 years waiting to collect his $60 million in monthly payments or whatever. So, I do think the Alabama money thing's a little overblown when it comes to firing him. $1 million a month is very doable for an athletic department. They can do that.
More than 8,300 NIL deals worth $80 million were approved by the new College Sports Commission.
Does it say what the average deal is?
Well,
I know that wouldn't be in the headline, but
no, not here.
When you tell me there's $83 million or 83 deals and X amount of dollars, is that? I guess I'm more interested in what the would it be the median? The median maybe more so than the average, because I think you'd have your outliers where so and so is getting some free car servicing or something, or a free rental car, whereas someone's getting a $2 million check to represent Gatorade. Do we have the median in terms of?
They don't have the median listed in this article, no.
Do they have the average?
Well, would that just be 80 million divided by 8,300?
Yeah, that would be.
Is that how you do that?
Yeah.
I can do that for you right here.
Do that for me.
It's crazy that none of these are automated. They have just some.
So it has to go through and individually check every deal?
Every single one is man-made, or I don't know how I should say it, but.
Just peer reviewed.
Checked by man, yeah.
Checked by man. Or woman.
Sure.
$9,638.
Yeah, and that's the average when you look at that.
That's 80 million divided by 8,300.
Yeah. That doesn't really tell me what I want to know, because I do think there'll be a couple $1 million deals in there.
Right.
Like Arch Manning getting Gatorade, or who, does he? I don't know if he has Gatorade, but you know what I mean.
It'll be skewed.
Red Bull guy.
Yeah.
It'll be skewed.
Red Bull guy. Yeah. Red Bull gives him $1 million a year. A couple other guys get a couple big $1 million deals. That changes things.
Joe Montana said that Joe Burrow is one of the top quarterbacks he would start a franchise with.
Who said that?
Joe Montana.
What the hell does he know about football in 2025?
Probably a lot about quarterbacking.
In 2025? It's like Dr. J telling everybody that George Gervin's the best player of all time, best rebounder of all time.
You see where Jason Whitlock said Alabama football was, quote, too gay to compete with Florida State?
I did, and I assumed it was a joke.
Fake, yeah.
I assumed it was fake. I assumed it was just a ha-ha, but apparently it is a real video. Now, I haven't watched the video. I don't know what he's claiming whenever he says that Alabama football is too gay. Can you get to the bottom of this?
You'd have to watch this YouTube video, and I don't want to get that in my algorithm.
Yeah, let me Google it. Jason Whitlock.
The thumbnail is just crazy.
Yeah, Alabama football.
Alabama. It's the Alabama A logo, except in a rainbow. Instead of being red, it's a rainbow. I can appreciate.
TalkSports did an article about it, and they wrote that Jason Whitlock sinks to new lows, flirts with outing an Alabama football player. So I guess. Really? Maybe he's talking about Ryan Williams, because Ryan Williams, does the fingernail polish, does the Caleb Williams stuff.
Yeah, well, yeah, okay, yeah, maybe he's on to something here.
Let's see here. After the Florida State win, Whitlock has blamed the loss by the Alabama Crimson Tide on player Ryan Williams, painting his nails, and according to Whitlock, flaunting his sexual identity. Alabama's best football player is an alphabet soldier. He plays wide receiver. His name is Ryan Williams. He runs around with painted fingernails. Your best player, probably your most expensive player, is an alphabet soldier, and you're wondering why the team is soft. Of course it's soft.
I mean, maybe he's going a little extreme on this, but it is kind of soft. I got to say, he's not too far off there.
Through one game, we had a guy in pajama pants last year. We have a firefighter this year.
Look at the difference. Look at the difference. There is something to be said for being a tough guy in football. You know, could be a tough guy. Well, shout out to the Tennessee lady soccer team, the number 2/3 team in the country. They head on the road today for their third top 15 matchup of the season to take on Memphis. Did you see that they had 5 straight shutouts?
They're really good, man.
It's kind of sick.
Yeah. They're also going to get some help. They got some mentorship coming in Tim Howard, the former goalie for the U.S. men's national team. He is going to be coming and doing some content with the Lady Vol soccer team. His daughter,
I think his daughter
plays here or is committed here. She's involved with the program. I don't know if she's here yet or on the team or what. I won't pretend to know, but I do remember him being linked to the Lady Vols. And I was watching a podcast clip with him on Landon Donovan's podcast, and he's rocking the Power T.
Yeah.
They're showing a lot of love to the Vols, both Landon Donovan and Tim Howard. And he said that he was challenged by the soccer team, by some of their content creators to come out and see if they could stop their PKs. The challenge, I believe, is 10 kicks, and he's got to stop 6 of them. 6 of them to win.
Tim Howard was also my high school offensive line coach.
I don't think it's the same Tim Howard.
No, but every time I hear that, I think about him.
Yeah, I don't think it's the same Tim Howard, but that is a common name. But that's pretty cool. I mean, Tim Howard is one of the more recognizable. I stopped sort of calling him iconic, but like one of the more recognizable U.S. players of my lifetime. I mean, I feel like he's in the top 10. He at least had a stint. I mean, he played with Everton, I believe, for a long time in the Premier League, or at least a handful of seasons. So, I mean, he played at the highest level. So, I mean, he's one of, if not the best keepers, but also just players in general in the country of the last 30 or 40 years. So, pretty cool to have him around the Lady Vol program. And I'd imagine that would be a video that would go viral in soccer circles for sure, if he was out there putting the gloves back on and trying to stop some shots.
For sure. Well, sources around the TCU football program said that this is a report coming from CBS Sports here that TCU knew they were going to blow out North Carolina based on the scouting that they had done and the roster that they saw on film and the players that they had. They had a strong sense from the start that UNC simply wasn't going to be on their level.
Now, I have a hard time believing that, just because when you tell me scouting and everything, like they had never seen Belichick at college. Now, you could tell me they knew they had better players, but like they were coming from so far, and like I don't know, I would give that coaching staff at North Carolina and Bill Belichick I wouldn't be too confident until I've seen what they'd actually put on the field. You know what I mean? But Sonny Dykes before the game said basically, you know, all the hype and all the talking, he's like, this is a players game, and we got better players. We're going to win, and that is what happened. So maybe they did know. I just don't know if it's fair.
Says TCU had a clear sense early on in its preparation that a blowout defeat was likely as they scouted the new roster, because it was kind of a unique, 70 new players.
Mm-hmm.
And so they said what they did is essentially evaluate every single player one-on-one and then plug that into a 2 deep themselves. They came away from that thinking it was about what they expected, that team would not be on their level on the field.
Well, they weren't. I wonder how they felt after the first drive. Like, oh boy, we made a mistake. These guys
we were
good.
Terribly wrong.
These guys are good. Nope, they suck.
And last note for you here, Angel Reese has apologized for her critical comments about the Chicago Sky.
What were her comments?
After the Sky's victory Wednesday, she was asked whether she was frustrated with the organization. And she said, yes, I probably am frustrated. I think the language is taken out of context. I really didn't intentionally mean to put down my teammates because they've been through this with me through the whole year.
She called out a bunch of her teammates. She basically said, like, the young players on the team, like Haley Van Lith and a few other girls, are like, they're just not good enough to go win. Vandersloot or someone like that. Isn't that a player on that team? Yeah. She was like, she's not good enough to win a championship, but apparently she's won a WNBA title. Yeah. Called out the coach as well.
We have to get good players.
Now, I will say the coach doesn't seem good enough when I watch them. Like they replaced they replaced their coach last year. She wasn't good enough, but they brought in some guy that I don't really know. So like it's not like they got a big name guy, but he looks lost whenever I watch them. They're terrible this year, though. I mean, they're the worst. They're one of the worst teams, either them or Connecticut. But I feel like Connecticut at least has a couple of players. They don't have anything. But I think that's part of her fault. I think that's partly her fault. And her second best player, Cardosa, took a month off to go play in Europe. So, I don't know, bro. That's crazy that she made the comments last night and she's already issued an apology.
Yeah, she said it's going to be very important this offseason to make sure we get the best of the best because we can't settle for what we have this year.
Well, I do agree with that. They can't. They ain't got no talent right now.
I mean, it was a direct shot at her teammates, though.
Yeah. So, no, that's bad look, especially as a second-year player. You can't talk about the young players. Like, you are a young player. You're supposed to be the franchise player. Be a leader. All right, go bet your headlines. We'll talk some more NFL football coming up next, right here on FanRun Radio.
For the fans, by the fans, this is FanRun Radio, Knoxville.
Friday Night Lights are back, and that means so is the SM Athletics Friday Night Scoreboard Show. Join me, Tim Hill, a.k.a. Vol Tim 85, and my crew every Friday night starting at 9:30 p.m. Live action, live calls, and all of the biggest talking points in East Tennessee high school football. It's the Friday Night Scoreboard Show presented by SM Athletics right here on FanRun Radio, 1340 AM, the free FanRun app, and streaming live on YouTube on FanRun TV.
It's football time at Tennessee, so crack open a cold beer that doesn't fumble the flavor. Garage Beer is 100% beer-flavored beer. No gimmicks, just cold beer. Built for bonfires, backyards, and beating Bama. Garage Beer is proud to be brewed right here in the Volunteer State. So pick up a 12-pack today and look for the drive celebrating Football Fridays at select Garage Beer headquarters around town this fall. American-owned, Tennessee-brewed Garage Beer. 100% beer-flavored beer.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Hey, Pack Rat. Yeah, you. Are you moving cross-country and you just don't know who to call? Call us right now. Listen, you've probably seen one of our containers in your neighborhood, but did you know that we can help you move anywhere in the United States? It's real simple. We'll drop a container off at the location you tell us to bring it to. You pack up your valuable possessions at your leisure. They stay safe right in your home. And when you're ready, call us. We'll come and pick up the container and give you a scheduled date of when your furniture and the other possessions will be at your new home. So if you're moving across country or across town, be a Pack Rat. Join the Pack Rat family. Call Pack Rat right now for your free quote. See y'all later, Pack Rats.
Call 800-965-1298. 800-965-1298. 800-965-1298. That's 800-965-1298.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game.
Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
On the program. Oh, it's a beautiful Thursday morning. Football is in the air. Football season officially starts. I know we're big college football fans around here. The Vols are our lifeblood. I agree. I love when college football season starts, but when NFL also gets kicked off, you got both things going at the same time. To me, that's when football is officially here. Yeah, feels good. Feels good. It's Thursday. That means our friends over at Knoxville Smiles, they are open late to accommodate you. They're open late on Tuesdays and Thursdays till 7 p.m. Don't put off your dental visits any longer. Contact Knoxville Smiles at 539-1776. Online at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles. All right, any NFL predictions you guys want to get on wax? You want to get on paper before the season starts? Any big-time predictions? Any questions leading into tonight? We can still do Friday's preview tomorrow on Friday, but the season starts now, so speak now or forever hold your peace. Do you have an MVP vote you want on record? An Offensive Player of the Year pick you want to make? A Super Bowl champion? Cody, I believe you've already picked the Eagles to go back-to-back. Is that correct? Are you standing on that?
Yes. Right now I am. I mean, we got to see the results on the field. Got to see how these games play out, see how teams look compared to last year. That's why I love the NFL MySpace Top 8.
Because fluid.
It's fluid. It'll really shuffle around a lot, I'm sure, these first 3 or 4 weeks. And then we'll start to kind of get an idea. The cream will rise to the top. Some teams will separate themselves. But right now, I trust the Eagles more so than I do anybody else in the NFL.
I think the more I've talked about it and thought about it over the last day or so, I think if I'm picking a Super Bowl champion, it feels really dumb. And I don't really like picking Super Bowl champions until, you do have a month of data.
Mm-hmm.
But as we've talked about it, I do think it's really overblown, the losing the coordinators thing in Detroit. I think that team's really talented. I think getting Aiden Hutchinson back, they've revamped the defense to go along with Aiden Hutchinson. I do think that they're going to be in a good spot when it comes to they're finally going to be on the right side of the age where it's like, hey, we're not disrespecting David Montgomery by giving Gibbs all these carries because now Gibbs is just better than him, and it's like not really a question, and Montgomery's a year older. So I think if we can get Gibbs like 65, 70% of the running back touches, I think that makes them a lot more dynamic. The more we talked about it, the more I do feel like it's the Lions' year. I think that's my pick right now.
Really? For
Super
Bowl?
I think so.
Super Bowl?
And again, keep in mind, I could change my mind after a month of data. But I think right here in the preseason, I think they still are just loaded with skill players. I think more Jamison Williams is good for them. I think maybe Ben Johnson, getting rid of him, it hurts on one hand, but on the other hand, I think the Lions got too cute sometimes. I think a new philosophy in there for them wouldn't be the worst thing. And I think the defense falling apart last year is maybe what cost them the Super Bowl last year. Their defense was just completely dismantled with injuries, across the front and in the secondary. They were bringing in guys off the street to play linebacker and defensive back at the end of last year, which is why you saw Jaden Daniels just light them up.
Well, I think it's a fun pick. I think it's a very fun pick. I don't think many others are picking the Lions to win the Super Bowl today on September 4th.
God, I'd be so mad if today was August 4th.
Is today Williams' birthday?
It is.
I think it is.
It is. We need to get him a gift.
What should we get him? A woman?
A Chipotle bowl with chicken and cheese.
A woman, some Chipotle. You know, for my birthday, he got me a bottle of liquor.
Really?
Yeah.
That's nice of him.
It was. So I'll get him something nice.
A day of no arguing with him.
We did shoot in the shield.
That's not possible.
We talked a lot about the NFL, and like I said, my pick has changed just from talking yesterday. The more I've thought about it, so it's already a little dated. Sorry, where I picked the Vikings win the division, and even if the Lions don't win that division, I do like them in the playoffs. I'm excited to watch them play this year.
Something's got to give. I mean, I guess they can both make the playoffs.
Yeah.
But the Packers too, man. People are high on the Packers. That's an interesting division. Another interesting division to me is the AFC North. Now, those teams are not as good.
To me, I find the AFC North pretty boring.
Well, those teams are not as good outside of Baltimore, but I just, for me, how Cincinnati and Pittsburgh look this year is intriguing. Because Pittsburgh, I mean, they're very interesting because they always make the playoffs, as you know. Mike Tomlin, been there forever.
They don't always make the playoffs. They just always finish with a non-losing record. Now, they've made the playoffs the last couple of years, but some years they've gone 8-8 or and barely missed the playoffs, or 9-7 and missed the playoffs.
But you're bringing in a guy like Aaron Rodgers, who's polarizing, who's quite literally on his last leg, but at his best, hey, one of the great NFL quarterbacks of all time. That's an interesting situation. And then Cincinnati, man, you know, what do they do with the defense? Can Burrow carry them? Can Burrow get them to the playoffs? Or do they just look like they did last year? I mean, what's the situation there? I don't think Cleveland's very interesting, but you do have the Shedeur Sanders angle. The Shedeur Sanders angle.
So you find Pittsburgh interesting this year because for so long you've been saying go away Aaron Rodgers.
Well, because Aaron Rodgers. Well, now that he's this old, I am interested to see how bad he can look.
Okay, because for a while you're like, hey, I don't want to talk about this guy anymore. I don't want to think about him. I want him to go away. And look, I don't disagree. I think Aaron Rodgers being around football is good. Like I think having another guy that matters to talk about, even if it's as he ages and plays poorly, I think that's important. I think that's good for us as a sports fan, sports fandom.
How do you rank the divisions you find most interesting? Would the NFC North be your number one?
No, because I don't find the North interesting. I just find the North to be really competitive.
Well, I guess to me that's interchangeable for I guess what I'm.
Yeah, no, see, because to me it's not interchangeable. To me, I think the NFC West is maybe what I'm most intrigued by because of how the 49ers hold up and Matthew Stafford's back and whether or not Arizona can actually win with Kyler Murray. How good can the Seahawks be with Sam Darnold? To me, that's more intriguing than the NFC North, but that division, the NFC North, is much better.
I was going to say NFC West. Yep, that's another interesting one. I think the AFC West is interesting. I think all those teams should have a pulse this year.
I find the AFC South, though, more interesting than I do the AFC West. Now, please know that I'm not saying the AFC South is better than the AFC West. I'm not saying that. But again, that's a division. I feel like I know what I have with the Chiefs. Now, just exactly how much of a revenge tour Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce go on, there's a little intrigue there. But to me, maybe the most boring team in the NFL, or at least the AFC, is probably the Chargers. They're just going to run the ball, play defense, and try to grind you out. I don't find them intriguing at all. Harbaugh's going to say some weird stuff. Herbert has zero personality.
Madison Beer now, dude. What are you talking about? They're super intriguing.
Lad McConkey ain't gonna say nothing. We'll see if the Bosa brother is he even there anymore. Is the Bosa brother still there?
No, he's on the Bills.
I was gonna say he's gone, right? Yeah, Joey's gone. I don't know. I find the Chargers to be very boring.
Yeah, but Harbaugh, he's a winner.
He's a winner, and I want to watch him. I want to watch him, but they're gonna be the Chargers are either gonna go 9-8 or 10-7. Is how I view it. They're going to be right there in that window. Either they barely miss the playoffs or they make it. I feel like I can pencil them in. The Broncos are going to be right there too. 9-8, 10-7. They'll either barely make the playoffs or they'll be a good team.
So you don't think there's much of a chance that the Chiefs have real competition in the division in terms of the possibility of losing the division?
I think there's a possibility, yeah, because I do think all 4 teams are a threat. I do think they are a threat, but like, I don't know. I think the AFC South is so much more of a roller coaster that it's a show I would rather watch. Like
it's like watching Color Rush on a Thursday night for me. The AFC and NFC South both rank at the bottom.
The AFC South is, to me, is a Netflix horror movie that's probably not going to be very good, but hey, maybe there's some good kills in it. Maybe they do something unique. The AFC West, it's got a really good cast. It's probably going to be a really good artsy show or artsy movie, but you might find yourself bored a little bit in it. The actors are great in it, but the storyline maybe just isn't there. That's kind of the way I look at it, because the AFC West is going to be good. I think 3 playoff teams have a chance from coming in there, but the AFC South is most likely a 1-team playoff run. But like Trevor Lawrence, his future, Liam Cohen, his goofiness, how do they mesh? Can they do anything? Shad Khan, the owner, I find him to be a character. Cam Ward as a new, introduced player. What does he do? CJ Stroud, the whole Daniel Jones, Anthony Richardson saga. Like, they're probably going to suck, but let's see what it looks like.
I've never really liked the AFC South.
Most people don't. You're not alone.
I think maybe it's because you don't really have those institutions. Like all those organizations are relatively new, other than the Colts. Like the Colts have been around forever. I know the Titans used to be the Oilers, but like they're kind of like, these are kind of organizations that came about like in the 90s.
There ain't a lot of history there for sure. Like I agree with what you're saying there. Like there's no traditional rivalry that matters. None of that carries any weight. It's like the Titans didn't really carry over any of their Houston Texans rivals with them to the AFC South. So you're not wrong in that regard. The Jaguars have no culture. The Texans have no culture. Both, recent expansion
the Titans
teams
really don't have a lot of culture either.
Right. No, as
the Titans.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think the Titans have a little history with like the Ravens and Steelers, but of course the Ravens and Steelers, that would be from the AFC Central, not the AFC South.
And even the Colts, I mean, they used to be Baltimore. So like that, they changed it up there along the way, which that's been,
yeah, that's been long enough.
It's been a long time.
Yeah,
ago.
I don't think of them in that way.
Yeah, but like in the NFL, I do love those old traditional rivalries, those fan bases like Raiders and Chiefs. They've been going at it for years, for decades.
Well, and that's what makes the AFC North matter. Is like we don't really care about Bengals Browns, but we feel like we have to because it's in state and there's some history there. Same as like the Steelers and Bengals and Steelers and Browns. Like none of those actually seem that intriguing when you actually watch the games. Now, for a long time, Ravens Steelers was a top rivalry. Like, don't get me wrong, that one has worked its way into a new age like top 5 rivalry.
Yeah,
but like Ravens Bengals, that doesn't really get the juices flowing with what you're talking about. But that one is saved because it's Joe Burrow versus Lamar Jackson, and usually it's a really fun game.
AFC East ranks pretty low. I mean, that's obviously the Bills division now. And like
now, in terms of intrigue, though, like I am intrigued by that division because the Dolphins could bounce back and be a playoff team, or they could be an absolute train wreck and Mike McDaniel, is fired.
The Dolphins are going to suck. That'll be my bold take for the NFL. Mike McDaniel's the first NFL coach fired, and it'll be mid-season.
The Dolphins are going to suck.
Tyreek Hill too.
But the thing is, you got the Jets and the Patriots there too. So like,
going to be worse than both of them.
Really? Okay.
I mean, no one. You talked about no one picking the Lions to win the Super Bowl. No one is beating the drum for the Dolphins to be a competitive team at all. Like, the first coach fired thing, that would be a little disappointing because I like Mike. But yeah, like things aren't going well for him, and his wacky press conferences are probably going to go from, he's so charming and lovable, what a genius, to this guy's a moron pretty quickly. And then, of course, Tua's always one hit away from being on the shelf. Tyreek Hill trade, but like that, I find that intriguing though. Like I'm saying, like I do find them fascinating. Mike Vrabel and like how he meshes with Drake May. How quickly can he turn them around? Can he turn them around? Was Mike Vrabel just lucky he had Derrick Henry and young A.J. Brown and Ryan Tannehill snuck up on people, like with a good defense too? Like, was he lucky with the Titans? Because the end of the Titans' tenure didn't go very well. Was that his fault? Can he go back and just kind of recreate the Patriot way? He's got a good defense there, or he should on paper. But he ain't got A.J. Brown and Derrick Henry running around. Can Drake May be good? Yeah, maybe. Drake may be.
I don't think the Jets are going to be good, but I am kind of buying like the culture that Aaron Glenn's laying down over there too.
Well, the thing is, look, and I struggled with this, and most years I feel like I have a decent grasp on it. Like I was all in on the Commanders last year in the preseason, being a playoff team and taking a big jump with Daniels and like what they did culture-wise. I thought they were a team that was going to surprise some people. You know, I was right about that. But this year, I don't see any of those teams. But the NFL traditionally is like half in, half out was how it worked for a long time, especially when it was 12 teams. Hey, 6 of those teams ain't going to make it the next year. 6 new playoff teams will show up. Yet when I'm looking this year at picking playoff teams, I don't know who the teams from out of nowhere will be. You know, I said the Raiders. Hell, maybe the Titans. But like otherwise, like who made the playoffs last year that you don't feel like is going to make the playoffs this year? Who stands out there from the playoffs last year? Because you think the Broncos are going to be there.
Well,
you think the Chargers are going to be there.
I feel like this happens every year in the NFL in the preseason. You know, it's like we got the same teams that we think are going to emerge, but then there's that stat about like, what is it, Sam? I don't even know how to say it. It's like the percentage of new playoff teams every year in the NFL is like
I said, it was basically half in, half out is what it was.
Is that what it is? It's like 50%?
For a long time, you know, I think the 14-team playoff, playoff altered that a little bit. But when I'm looking, like right now, I feel like, you know, 11 of the teams last year, I feel pretty confident about them making the playoffs again.
Like we're sitting here today saying, oh, yeah, you know, Broncos, Chargers, and then boom, the Raiders are good. You know what I mean? Like suddenly it's just the Raiders become a playoff team, or you know nobody's on the Dolphins, and then suddenly boom, the Dolphins are back. Like
Steelers are pretty much the only team that I'd feel confident about not making the playoffs this year.
The Steelers,
yeah.
I mean, I don't disagree. Yeah, like the Chargers, I'd put them in there too. It's like I do think there's 2 spots in the AFC up for grabs. But everyone's just got them penciled in to like going to like the Bengals. And I guess that's the only one people are confidently saying. That 7th wildcard spot does fill up for grabs.
The NFC does feel pretty baked in there.
You know, in the
Matthew
NFC,
Stafford just like, you know, crumbles.
Yeah, like in the NFC, who are you taking out? Like, I mean, the Commanders or the Eagles, you taking them out? The Lions, Packers, Vikings, the Bucks, the Rams. Who are you taking out? Because to me, it feels like the same 7 teams are going to make it. That's not going to happen. That never happens, but it feels that way. So it's hard to make predictions that don't feel super chalky. It's hard not. It feels like you're just picking all the 1 seeds to advance in March Madness. And like, you know, we know that doesn't typically happen. You don't get 1s and 2s in the Elite 8 the entire time, but that's what trying to project this NFC season has felt like.
If you had to pick one of the 3 NFC North teams to miss it, who would it be?
Vikings. Now, look, I said that I like the Vikings, but that's just from I see that having the easiest way to go wrong is what I mean by that. The path to them going wrong. I believe in J.J. McCarthy. I believe in Kevin O'Connell. But to me, like that's the most logical thing is like, hey, actually, J.J. McCarthy sucks, and they don't have a backup quarterback. They miss the playoffs.
That makes a lot more sense to me.
Right, and you might end up being correct on that. Like when I say I believe in J.J. McCarthy, I am trusting the blind. Like I am just trusting faith. I am trusting a process and a system that made Sam Darnold look pretty good, that was able to win games with Josh Dobbs. Like I am trusting that. But, yeah, to me, that's the most likely because I don't think the Lions are going to miss the playoffs. I think they're too talented to miss the playoffs.
Who would you swap with the Vikings then, Cody? Are you buying the Bears like in the division, or
No.
are you just going?
Well, I never
going to
said
a West team.
Yeah, I never said I thought 3 NFC North teams would make the playoffs. I think I'd just go with 2. I'd go with the Lions and Packers, and then the other one will come from somewhere else. Maybe that NFC West, because there's going to be a lot of shuffling around in the NFC West this year.
Now, there's been a lot of love, a lot of dark horse attention paid to Jordan Love. MVP odds, hovering around 25-1. People think he's the most likely to break in from the the non-elite quarterbacks that we always pencil in, Lamar and Josh Allen. Those guys are always the MVP kind of favorites. Mahomes is lingering, Burrow's lingering. A lot of people have honed in on Jordan Love at 25-1 to sneak in there. I think it's much more likely that he's a flop, and that they I just feel like it's more likely that they kind of disappoint than him reaching that level. But I still think they would get to like 10-7 and be a playoff team.
I think it's likely, Sam, that because you asked about this the last hour, but in the NFC, like the NFC East and NFC West, I think both have 2 playoff teams. Like if you want to say Niners and Rams, Eagles and Commanders, you know what I mean? So like I just think those teams are good enough that maybe there's probably only room for 2 NFC North teams. And then, of course, the South will only get who wins the division, because those teams all suck.
Or is that the wild card that sneaks up on you?
That'd be interesting.
Little Bryce Young over there in Carolina.
Yeah, suddenly Carolina's good. Falcons are good.
The Falcons are thinking playoffs. We'll see what Penix can do there as the main guy, like as the guy the whole entire season. Can he stay healthy? He's a guy that's had a bunch of injury concerns.
What'd you say Jordan Love's MVP odds were?
It was 25-1 whenever I was looking last week. They might have been
16-1, right?
Okay, well, I was going to say they've moved then, because there's been a lot of steam on people wanting to bet on him. So it's not surprising that they've moved
Jordan
down.
Love for MVP,
which it's to me it'd be more likely that they missed the playoffs than them being. I know like 16-1, that's a long shot, but I'm saying to even him being in the mix there, for them to be like that good where he's getting consideration.
MVP's got to be Allen or Lamar or Burrow. I mean, it's going to be one of those guys that's just dominant at the quarterback position. Right? It's got to be.
I think it could be Hurts. I think it could be Daniels. I think it could be C.J. Stroud if the Texans, just run through the AFC South and they win 13 games. Like, I do think there'll be some voter fatigue where they try to create a new star and they kind of reward a new star.
Stroud. Give me the odds on C.J. Stroud. That'd be
25-1.
25-1? Yeah, I was going to say, I imagine he's not too much of a long shot, just because, if you win 12 or 13 games, you're going to be in the mix.
I thought the talk was mostly negative around him, that he had fallen off.
Well, last year he wasn't as good.
Daniels at 10-1, Hurts at 20-1, Stroud at 25-1.
Yeah, I think all 3 of those guys have a chance. And I do think it'd be a year. I'd rather bet on one of those guys than with the short, with the longer odds, than try to pick between Allen or Lamar or Mahomes with the short odds. For short odds, try to pick which one of those is actually going to get it.
Jaden Daniels is the star child. He's the one that I think the media will want.
Yeah, I just worry they don't win enough games. That's where they regress a little bit and don't win as many games. I'm worried about his skill position players a bit.
Bubba, you doing okay over there?
Bill Krosky, baby.
Bubba,
Bill Krosky.
There you go, Bubba. Good contribution. We'll find out what we missed on this show from Bubba. Bubba's segment coming up next. It's Talk Sports on FanRun Radio.
Big Orange Country's home for sports. This is FanRun Radio.
Hi, this is Bo Kregner from the Kregner Group at Realty Executives, and I know there's a lot of choices here in East Tennessee when it comes to choosing a realtor. Here's why the Kregner Group is different. At the Kregner Group, our motto is walking by faith, serving others. It's how I live my life. It's how I run my business. Here at the Kregner Group, we're committed to doing real estate the right way. Faith, honesty, integrity. The Kregner Group. Call me anytime at 865-742-1035 or visit my website at bonoshouses.com.
Yeah, it's another day, but what kind of day is it really? A day of doom scrolling? Laundry day? Nah, it's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold way filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. So grab a pack, grab your friends. Make the most of each day with those who matter most. When you're together with White Claw, every day is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You just gotta grab it. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
For over 3 years, Crumble Cookies has served the Knoxville area. from Clinton Highway to Parkside Drive. Even our friends out in Maryville have reached you, our fans, with the best cookies in the game. This fall, Crumble is gearing up for yet another fantastic season. Whether you're tailgating or looking for a pick-me-up after getting the kids from school, Crumble has you covered. Download the Crumble app to check out this week's rewards and features. And stop on by. Tell them FanRun sent you, but don't miss the cookies.
Citizens National Bank.
Kick off this football season with a CNB Plus Perks checking account. Move downfield with free online and mobile banking. And cross the goal line with extended evening hours and Saturday banking. Banking at CNB has its perks. Find out more at cnbtn.com.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Got a problem tree looming over your home? Call ECR Total Landscapes. Whether it's trimming, removal, or storm cleanup, our certified pros get the job done safely and efficiently. We're licensed, insured, and ready 24/7 for emergency calls. Big or small, we cut them all. ECR Total Landscapes. Call now for a free estimate, 865-384-2012, and mention promo code FANRUN for free stump grinding on any tree removal now through the end of the year. Also, visit us at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Ready to launch your career? Axle Logistics is a leading third-party logistics company where excellence is an energy. With an award-winning culture, Axle proves that positive outcomes come from a positive environment and a work hard, play hard mentality. At Axle, the drive for success is infectious. And with an uncapped commission structure, hard work isn't just noticed, it's rewarded. For those with big goals and even bigger dreams, Axle Logistics is the place to start your career.
I totally messed up. That's
Messed
last
it
call
up.
right there.
Messing up our commercials, not paying attention over there. We got to tighten you up on the...
I told you the first week or so would be a little rusty.
Well, I know, and I'm telling you, we got to tighten you up over there.
No,
I know, and
I'm
he says
calling
it
out
is.
my own
Yeah,
mistake.
We're saying the same thing. Yeah,
I'm calling out my own mistake.
I agree with you.
I'm calling out my own mistake.
Bubba, you've never looked better, brother. What have we missed so far today?
Well, there's a couple things that have happened. We've had Penn State joining Adidas.
Penn State joining Adidas?
Trying to follow in Tennessee's footsteps.
Trendsetters. How do we feel about Penn State to Adidas?
I hope that they get less than $20 million.
We could do like a South versus North thing. Like they're the Big Ten go-to school. We're the SEC go-to school.
We're representing the South,
first time
buddy.
we did that. A little Civil War. Run it back.
Are we a bigger brand than Penn State?
I don't think so.
Yeah, it's close. It's close, but
It would feel weird if Adidas did this whole thing about making us the flagship program, and then it's like, well, actually, Penn State, you're our flagship program. We just lied to Tennessee. We got them to sign the contract, and now you're our new number one.
I don't like them cutting in on our money.
The NACO's deal says it includes a significant NIL component similar to Tennessee's recent deal.
I would imagine that we're on like equal footing at worst. I feel like we're a bigger brand, but that could just be.
You mean modern day, like today?
Well, just
are
yeah,
we
like
a bigger brand. Like you
just in the current standing of college athletics. Because
well, how much do you weigh the rest of the sports?
Well, I mean, I think on football they're a little ahead of us for sure.
Well, that's what I was going to ask.
They're a little ahead of us for sure on football, but like we're year round, baby.
Basketball, us. Women's basketball, us. Baseball, us.
Yeah, they ain't
hockey,
buying
them.
They ain't buying Penn State basketball stuff with Adidas. That brand ain't got no power.
They do got a lot of hockey though.
Sure.
Penn State seems like the furthest team away that I can think of in terms of being competitive in college basketball. Like
well, this season they were somewhat okay. They had Freddie DeLeon, also Ace Baldwin was up there, I believe.
When has Penn State ever had? When's the last time they made a tournament?
I think they made it with.
They ain't won a tournament game in a long time. I don't feel like. But like your point is taken. Like
Micah Shrewsbury, did they make it with him?
I don't remember, man. I don't know anything about Penn State basketball. Did they? They were the team with a really good guard like 2 years ago, were they? Who was the team with a really, really good guard that you told me about? Like you were maybe last year
in March Madness.
Yeah,
that was Northwestern.
Northwestern, yeah.
Penn State made it in 2018.
Yeah.
Oh no, wait a second.
That was
that was the NIT. Hang on.
That was Northwestern.
Tournament.
Easy to get them confused. Northwestern basketball, Penn State basketball. They made the tournament in 2023, lost. That was the first time they had made the tournament since 2011, where they lost. It says lost in the second rounds, but I feel like we were already doing the play-in game at that point. So
They did beat Texas A&M in would that be the play-in game there?
In what year?
2023.
Were they a first four team?
No, they won. They did win the first round.
They were a 10 seed. Okay, so yeah,
I think that run got that coach the Notre Dame job.
Okay, so they won a playoff. They won a tournament game in 23.
Well, first appearance, like you said, since 2011.
They've made two tournaments total since 2002.
Yeah,
they've made 3 tournaments, since 1997. So I mean, like we're not far off. So I think overall we're a bigger brand, but. Bub, anything else?
Yeah. Pro Football Focus College says that Deshaun Bishop is the highest graded SEC running back from week 1.
Big.
Deshaun Bishop.
That Carnes boy.
All right. Good job by you, Bubba. Good job by Adidas. I will say, on one hand, Cody's right. It feels bad they're cutting in on us. On the other hand, it's nice to have another big-time program kind of with us. Like, hey, look at these idiots.
A lot of contracts are up in the next year.
Look at all these idiots over at Nike. Let Nike take advantage of us. Look at us in Penn State. Oh, no Adidas schools made the college football playoff. Well, how about Tennessee and Penn State? Those are 2 of the top 10 programs of the country, huh? Good job by you boys today. The Tony Basilio Show coming up next right here on FanRun Radio. Don't touch that dial. Keep the app open. If you're watching on YouTube, we salute you. Shout out to the freaks. I know we didn't interact with you too much today. Not a lot of football talk, boys. We'll talk to you tomorrow on Friday. See ya.